4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
Deny me and I'll justify myself. Don't reject me, 'cause you'll miss me when I've gone away. Pacify me, you know you're not that strong. Yeah, you know.
Block away the sun. Sports Studios and another edition of the Weekly Video Recap. March the
with the players.
Live direct from hell. Final.
But hey, enough of my yakking. What do you say? Let's boogie.
And that's my cue to start the show. Welcome to another Thursday night edition of the Hard Rocket Sports Show, live from high atop Hard Rocket Sports Studios in beautiful scenic Monroe, New Jersey. We are your 3-hour weekly get-together where we bring you all the biggest news from around the worlds of hard rock, heavy metal, and, of course, the wide world of sports. And, guys, welcome to Thursday, September the 16th, 2021. That time is flying. I hope you guys had a great week. Mine was so-so. But I'm looking forward to another fun show tonight. Got a great show for you. We'll talk a little Jets and Giants. We'll talk Yankees and Mets. I'm not sure either Yankees or Mets are worthwhile of talking about, but there is a lot to talk about. We've got a big guest tonight. We got Jack Frost from Brothers in Arms joining us about 9 o'clock. So plenty to get to in the sports and music world. So I guess you guys can buckle up, sit back, and get ready for a fun show. We got lots and lots to get to in between. Whatever I start with and the finish of the show, which is Jack Frost. So, guys, let's get to it tonight. First off, we had a great show on Sunday morning with the first Sunday Audible show. Jeff, John Marhefker, and myself, 9 a.m. every Sunday morning, breaking down the NFL action of the day. So if you get a chance on Sunday morning, you're sitting around waiting for the other pregame shows, tune into the Sunday Audible, live here every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. We will not be joining the Sports Wire Radio Network. I have decided to pull the plug on that. Those guys are great people over there. We just had some differences in how things get done. So no big deal, but please support those guys. They do a great job at Sports Wire. They have some great shows. We just won't be one of them. So good luck to Tom and everybody over at Sports Wire. So if you're not hearing, a couple people asked me what happened. I'll let them know that I've decided to walk away on the Sports Wire gig, but those guys are good people, so make sure you support them. Lots to get to tonight. Yankees winning right now in a little bit of rain out in Baltimore. Big wins every night for the Yankees against a team they should be beating, but they haven't been all year. The Mets took it tough for the 3 games against the Cardinals. Those were 3 big games. Are they done? Listen, the big weekend against Philly, so we'll see if they get healthy. I haven't seen the new documentary. I heard it's really good. On the 86 Mets. I think it's a night in Queens. So I will be checking that out this weekend. I hated that team, so I didn't root for any of them. I rooted against them. Obviously, I wished every form of disease and cancer on every one of those guys, which didn't happen. But whatever. The documentary sounds like it's a lot of fun. I've read a lot about it. I heard the interview with the director, the guy who came up with Nick Davis today on Mad Dog Show. So he did a nice job. So I'll be checking out this weekend. So if you get a chance, check out the documentary 30 for 30 on the New York Mets. Jets and Giants. Giants got to make up for it tonight. We'll get to plenty of the Giant talk. The Jets real quick. I'm going to get to a lot of that with Jeff tonight, and Jeff's going to be a little late. Quick on the Jets. It was ugly early. They're going to get the kid killed if they don't figure it out quick. I was impressed. They did turn it around a little bit in the second half, offensively and defensively. I thought they made some nice adjustments, but still lost a very ugly game to Sam Darnold, Robbie Anderson, and the Panthers. Giants, typical Giant game from last year. You can only hope for better tonight. I do not like the fact that Saquon Barkley's not playing. Tough up, Buttercup. Get out there and play. I have no respect for that. You get out there and you play your ass off. If you play one player, you play 50 plays. You get out there and you give it a go tonight. Your team is 0-1 and needs to get on track. And whatever you need to do, you do that. We'll get to plenty of Saquon Barkley and the Giants. Somebody just hit a home run. Mount Castle just hit a home run for the Baltimore Orioles. 2-1 Yankees in the 5th or 6th inning. So we got plenty to get to. I see Dr. Thumb Chase is up. I'm debating my father, Dr. Thumb Chase. I'm going to go with my father real quick and then get to Dr. Thumb Chaser before Jeff gets on. So, Doc, hang in a minute. I got to get my dad on first. Hold on. What's up, Pop?
Not much. I just called. I'm not going to hold you long. This is a great time of the season.
Yeah.
Baseball's getting serious.
Yeah.
And we're getting football back. Can't wait to see the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully we'll see what happens about the playoffs. Everything should be good.
Yeah, listen, listen. I think the Yankees have the same exact problem they have every year. They'll probably find a way to squeeze in, and they'll lose in the playoff game because they just can't get a big hit in a big spot other than a home run, and Chapman can't close a game. So that's the problem. There's going to be the same MO.
Well, I think they got a good shot at it.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to go far on it.
No, I wouldn't count on it. I think Tampa's the
think
best team in that league.
We had discussed this one. We discussed this one before.
Mhm.
They were playing great with the substitutes. Okay,
Mhm.
and when Sanchez wasn't playing, when all these third base, shortstop, outfield, it's just I don't know. These kids were playing better. I'd like to see them play more. But I'm gonna let you go. I know you got people waiting to get on.
Oh, Pops,
Enjoy the rest of the night. I'll talk to you later.
you got it, Pops. I'll talk to you over the weekend. That's my dad making a quick trip tonight. All right, Pops, enjoy the game. My dad, he always checks in. Love having my father on the show. You can't do better than my dad when you get on. But yeah, Dad's right. It's a fun time of the year. Yankees, Mets, everybody's still in it. You got a little hope from the Jets and the Giants. So it is, and you got hockey kicking up real soon. So let's see what happens. But let's get the madman himself on the air. He is, of course, his own worst enemy on Facebook, but he's my dear friend. We all love the videos, and of course, the thoughts and comments of our next guest are completely his own and do not reflect those here at the Hard Rocket Sports Show. But we do like to let him have his say. He is, if not bright, but he's certainly entertaining. He is, of course, Dr. Rumsey. Doc? What's up,
What's
Carmine?
going on, Thomas?
How are you, my brother?
Well, listen, for those, and you can fucking vouch for it, even though you encouraged me, you said, please do me a favor, curse like a trooper. I said, Tom,
Absolutely.
my views are your views, and don't worry about it.
Yeah, listen,
No,
nobody pays to be on this to sponsor this show. So
Okay, good.
I'm not chasing anybody away with you. So don't sweat it. Carmine, here's one thing.
All right.
I saw your video the other day, but your video had to come through somebody else. Are we in jail again?
Yes, I'm a fucking convict. But I'm in Snatchbook jail, that fucking liberal fucking pussy. Fucking
Were you attacking our beloved president? Is that what you were doing?
No, dude, it was harmless. You know what these twats did? This is funny. One of my friends breaks balls and says, the Jets suck, and the real New York team is Buffalo, which lost this weekend. That gave me a chubby. But I responded, we're friends and we're fucking around, and I said, I called them a mezzofonoica. But those of you who don't understand Italian, means half a fag. Well, you would have thought I fucking raped the queen, killed the president. I was part of that insurrection in fucking January. We're going to put you in jail 3 fucking days. Hold on. Here's where the cute part goes.
Go ahead.
3 days. Okay. So do you dispute it? I put yes. You can't write to these pricks. So they said, well, what do you agree with what we said wholeheartedly? Do you disagree wholeheartedly? Do you not grasp or do we not grasp the context of it? That's what I circle off. You know what the pricks did? They gave me fucking 30 days. 3 days to 30 because I hate these cocksuckers, and I'm sorry to you on a godly station like this to use these words, but that fucking the liberals in this country, you say fucking anything, and is that COVID response up for COVID facts? Talking of COVID facts, Tom, what the fuck? Every commercial has, you can get this, you can get stage 4 stomach cancer, you can get, so you're like, what the fuck are you taking it for? But when it comes to, this COVID thing, they only injected over fucking 200 million people. They don't have the data to know who gets fucked up and who don't. Just put it out there. And whoever wants to take it, let them fucking take it.
Yeah, listen,
Now,
I couldn't agree.
Hold
on. I got to get Jeff on first. He's going to want to be here. But first, I wanted to say I got the chance to play the video tonight was from a band called Attica. They're a band been on a long time. Does some great work. Played some very big shows. So I want to thank the guys from Annika for letting us play the video, and we're going to get some of the guys on at some point. So thank you very much to all those guys. Great job. Love the song, and that's why I picked that one. So make sure you guys check out Annika on the show, and we'll get those guys on time. Remember, guys, Jack Frost, Judge, Jeff, and I at 9:00 to talk about Brothers in Arms, his new band, as well as the other stuff he's done. So let's get Jeff on. Hefe, what's up, brother?
What's up, gentlemen?
Handsome fella.
Gentlemen, thank you, Carmine. Thank you. Coming from you, that means a lot. Thank you. But I got to say, gentlemen almost sounds like gentlemen.
Oh, my God. Here we go.
And gentlemen sounds almost like they suck.
Oh, my God. Here we go.
Look. I got pages upon pages upon pages of notes about how bad.
But you can't read. You can't read, so I'm not.
I drew pictures.
Yeah, Carmine, you were going to get the sports, so Carmine, I'm going to give you the floor and let you go on one of your tirades. So what do you got to say? I'm sure it's about the Yankees, but go ahead.
No, in first place before they played the Dodgers and fucking the Giants, I put a fucking thing out that said the season is over. Now they're gonna fold like a cheap fucking tent, and like a bunch of bukakis they did. Then they win like 6 in a row, whatever. They didn't fucking fool me. A leopard don't change his spots, and a blowjob doesn't go sideways. It goes up and down. What are you gonna do?
Let me ask you. You're a big Met fan. I mean, I know you like to abuse Yankee fans, not necessarily the Yankees, but Yankee fans. Okay.
Right.
Let me ask you, what was your take, and were you easily forgiving with the whole Baez and Lindor thumbs down? Because
oh my God, Tommy,
as a baseball fan, I find it revolting. And had that been somebody on my favorite team, I would have been hard pressed to forgive them. But it seemed like the next day, Baez gets a big hit, and
fucking the fans are jerk offs, Tom. How the fuck this guy and Lindor, two big smelly fucking acts in the box? They got big fucking snatches. If you can't fucking wipe it off and be a man, I've never fucking heard anything like this.
Yeah, I agree with you, Carmine. I thought it was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I thought that at least the owner did a little something right by coming out and chastising them for it. But it's in typical Met fashion. The next day it's all forgiven, and these two boxing
fuck that.
Are being celebrated. And I got to tell you,
celebrated.
You guys you got 9 more years in this Lindor. I got to tell you, this guy's a half a blowjob.
No, Tommy, that's a full blowjob.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
And again, so that just set me. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And dude, everything this manager does is wrong. He has no fucking clue. Some of his maneuvers are so fucking mind-boggling.
Yes,
it's not like it's like constantly, and this team can't stop tripping over its own dick. With all the stupidity and the fucking GM getting drunk. I mean, fucking really, jerk off?
Yeah, I'll tell you, Carmine, here's the thing. If you're a Mets, you're a Met fan, I got to be honest with you. You can't sign Conforto to a big contract. You can't sign Syndergaard to a big contract. You got it. McNeil's got to go. Davis might have to go.
Gone. I agree with you. Keep going.
Yeah, you're stuck with McCann, but I can live with McCann. He's a good defensive catcher.
He's a blowjob.
But to me, and I got to be honest with you, he's a very unlikable guy as an outside, not Mets fan. But Alonso's a very unlikable guy. He may be a good player.
He's a big pussy as well.
Yep, I agree.
He's a big. When a guy can't, and he's asking the fans to fucking back off. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Piazza was a fucking guy. He was a fucking Hall of Famer. He was booed.
Yeah.
And he understand, hey, I fucking hit. They're going to love me again.
Yep. That's it.
And that's it. Jeter, when Jeter was being booed at the end, towards the end there, He was being booed for going under 200, and he said, "The way I've been playing, I'd boo me too."
Right.
And that's a guy that gets it. And these fucking twats will make excuse after fucking excuse. And I mean, Conforto's a nice guy. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'm watching him the other night. He takes a fucking bases loaded 2-0 pitch right down the cock. And I'm like, what the fuck is he looking at? And Keith Hernandez goes, I don't know what the hell he was looking at. At 2-0, what are you looking for? You ask him to put it on a tee?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, come at the end of the season, you know, the Mets have a big decision. And do you try to patch it together another year with DeGrom and Syndergaard and Conforto and all these guys?
No.
Or is it time to blow it up and start all over again?
I'll tell you what they think they're going to do. At least with this fucking owner, if I'm thinking along craziness, he's going to say, look, you know, Sandy, I did what they wanted the first year. They didn't want me to come in and start fucking raping and fucking pillaging everybody. Sorry. Go in a corner, drink some fucking Geritol. Let me handle it from here. Go out, get fucking Theo. Yeah, is he going to fucking, you know, buy fucking... I don't care. Let him get the fucking mutts out of here. I don't want to see McNeil. I don't want to see fucking Conforto. These guys nauseate me. Fucking Dominic Smith. These fucking guys are soft, man. They're fucking soft. They don't have fucking heart. They don't have the fucking talent like your blowjob Yankees, which struggling against fucking Baltimore. I don't understand it. And look, your team.
Yeah, okay.
Did I say that out loud? I did.
Yep, you did. Yeah, listen, the Yankees, I said this, I don't know if you heard it before. I was talking to my dad about it.
I heard you say you and your father. I got you, man. At least you got your eyes open.
Yeah, listen, I like to think of myself as an educated Yankee fan. I love them. I root for them. But what I see now is what I've seen. It's not even as good as what I've seen the last 3 or 4 years. This is a team that's just not very good. That if they get lucky, they
Jeff
can win
is
some
giving me a
games.
chubby. Go ahead.
Yeah, it can win some games. But I see what's going to happen. You're going to get to game 6, game 7. They're going to not hit the ball in a big spot. And Chapman's going to come in and throw a meatball.
Give up a fucking bomb.
Because why? Because it's happened every year the last 4 years. So
let me ask you something.
Tommy, my dick will be as hard as Chinese arithmetic. Jeff, go right ahead.
As somebody that does not watch baseball for a lot of different reasons, I got to ask you something. Also, Tommy, on this one, Carmine, no offense. But like you just said, every year the same thing happens year after year after year. And what the fuck? They don't do anything to fix it. They're doing nothing to fix it. They just want to go out and beat teams 10-9, it seems. And just score one more run than the other team. They're not doing anything.
Poor.
They need to shore up pitching and
poor planning.
What else? What the fuck?
Poor planning, Jeff. They sunk all that money in
year after year after year, bro.
Yes, poor planning because listen, you're banking on guys like Gleyber Torres who had a good season 3 years ago, resurrecting himself, and I don't know what this big jerk off Sanchez who I know you saw because it was in the Met game. But was one of the worst plays I've ever seen, and the fact that he's still on the Yankees at this point makes my skin crawl. After that play at the plate on Friday night,
I don't know what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah, so Jeff, it comes down to this. If you're the Yankees, what you're trying to accomplish is you're trying to get these young guys to play at or above their potential, while you're stuck with a couple of big bad contracts, and you can't make many maneuvers. You can't get rid of an Urshela who's making no money because the guy you want to get makes too much money because you're paying Stanton, this big statue out in the outfield, who plays for 3 weeks a year.
Why the fuck did they take Stanton on anyway? I don't understand that.
One of the worst decisions of Cashman's career.
Your typical Yankee thing where they fucking got studs at every position. Let's add another one.
Yeah,
and he wasn't. He when he's hot, the fucking guy is a masher. When he's cold, you could fucking underhanded.
But the problem was in 17.
But the guy also gets hurt a lot too, doesn't he?
Yeah, big pushing.
But you know what, Jeff? Here's the thing. In 17, they had built a team that was young, reasonably cheap, and very
Yep.
athletic. And then they brought Stanton in, and the guy is literally just, a statue in the outfield.
You already had Judge. Why bring this guy in when you already had Judge?
It was one of the worst decisions they've ever. And the fact is, it wasn't like he was on the last end of last year of a contract. And Carmine,
I know.
I would have understood it. But
But year 2 of a 10-year contract.
exactly, and so you're stuck with this guy now. And the problem is he's taking up a spot for a guy who needs. And listen, you brought in Voit, who's just a statue. You brought all these guys in that just were nobody. So the problem with the Yankees is they're stuck in the middle of, are we going to go for the youth? Are we going for keep this thing apart? The problem is this team as built now is almost just the same as the Mets. It needs to be broken up. Urshela gone, Torres gone, Voit gone, Sanchez gone, and start from scratch.
Listen,
Talking about scratching?
Yeah.
You want to talk about scratches? Well,
Yeah.
my blowjob team, since I was in twat book jail, I couldn't do I hate all my fucking Yankee fan friends and my cousins, and they could all go fuck themselves.
dude, you
They
should make
missed all that.
You should do a trilogy of that, man. Just like The Godfather, man.
So I decided this fucking guy was smashing the thumb in your team's burger. And one of my friends goes, look at the Yankees are ahead 7-1. I'm like, 7-1 against fucking Staten Island Orioles. Shut the fuck up already. I knew we weren't going anywhere. But
Yeah.
it's going to be enjoyable. And I kind of, Jeff asked me to drop this fucking hammer like this, Jeff. Madon, hit it hard. And what happened? Game 1, I had a friend of mine go, I'll bet you $500 to your 100 that the Giants are going to win easy in this game. I'm like, huh? I said, look, I'll make it easy on you because I know you're a jerk off. We'll go 100 for 100. I don't want to fucking rob you. It was the easiest $100. It was easier that $100 than a whore in the whore house knowing she's blowing 15 people. She's making the money.
Hard Rockin' Sports, Jeff and Tom here with our good friend, the Dr. Thumb Chaser. Let's go to the Met. Let's go to the Jets first, real fast. I'll tell you this. Obviously, in the first half, there was nothing to be impressed with. The offensive line sucked. Everything they touched sucked. The kid, I'll get to the kid in a minute, but the second half, I'm going to give them a little credit. I thought Saleh did a nice job changing things up a little bit. He made some adjustments, which is something Jeff and I talked about last week. Jeff wanted to see how he would adjust to the game. And Jeff, I thought he did a nice job in the second half. Now, again, they weren't going out there beating Tom Brady and the Bucs, but I thought he made a adjustment.
Please, let me stop you right there.
Okay, here we go.
Let me just stop you right there. All right.
Is that 4 fingers?
All of these nice things that you're saying,
Yeah.
okay, you're going to get 8. It's very nice of you to say. I'm very happy. I'm glad after the text I got this week, but I am going to unfucking load on you when I get going, bro. I don't want Carmine there. I don't want no fucking distractions. I want me and you because I'm going to go off.
Listen, but that
No
doesn't,
fucking mercy. No mercy.
doesn't mean I don't have some bad stuff to say about the Jets, but Carmine,
I don't say bad all you want. They suck.
Carmine, your impressions of the Jets' first game. It's only one game, but give me your thoughts. Is this Rex Ryan number 2, or do you have a half a chance?
I think he's got a half a chance. They ain't going anywhere. They're not fucking winning 8 games, but maybe
Not
they can
this
win
year.
5, 6 games. And if they do that and not look like a bunch of fucking horses' asses, and maybe if they unchain the fucking kid and let him be a little bit more aggressive than
Last week, man.
throwing on third down, you can't fucking do that and think this kid is not going to get his fucking dick kicked in because he's going to. And, they roll the kid out, get more. Don't be afraid to let this guy stretch it out because he hit a couple of plays. And I'm not saying he's Joe Namath, but if you put him as a fucking pocket passer, this kid's going to get killed.
Yeah,
You don't want to do that.
6 sacks in game 1. The offensive line, at some point, guys, and Jeff, we'll talk about this more later. But at some point, when do we hold Joe Douglas accountable for 3 years of bad offensive line?
2 years.
No. He had a hand in building that first offensive line. He had a hand in it.
2 years.
I'm sorry, I'm
2
giving him
years.
credit for 3.
2 years. He took over a team that was
He
built
took over a team
on the
that was
Canyon.
fucked. Thank you, Jeff. He took over team.
I'll give you 2 years. I'll give you 2 out of the 3 years. I'll do one even better. I'll give you 2.5 out of 3 years because while he was the general manager in the first year, maybe he could have made a deal or whatever. But I got to be honest with you, as bad as the offensive line is, at least he's trying. He's not bringing the same guys back year after year after year. Nate Solder is not on this team for the 3rd or 4th year in a row. Come on, man. Come on.
Come on.
That's
You sound like liberals now.
donkey dick.
Now you sound like liberals. Well, Joe Biden said, no, Donald Trump.
No, don't worry about Joe Biden.
Don't
He has.
talk about-
I'm sure he can even fuck the Jets up even worse than we are.
Who's got the ice cream? Get me the ice cream, Ma. I'm sorry. I'll get back to running the country.
Listen, I will tell you my quick impression, because I'm sure Jeff and I are going to do a lot of Jets in a little while. But my quick impression of the kid is he's got a good presence. I will tell you, they talk all I heard from everybody going into the game, all the pundits and all the experts, and even the guys doing the game, was how accurate this kid is, and his accuracy was horrendous. So I want to see that get better, but I'll say he's extremely athletic. He's a tough little son of a bitch. I'll tell you that much. He's very tough, and we'll see. We'll see how time goes on. But he better not get sacked 6 games in a row. Because
let me read this text message I got this morning from somebody. Okay.
Please.
You should be more concerned that your midget quarterback makes it to game 3 with that toilet paper line your disgraceful GM put together. Sounds like 6 sacks is a hell of a start to a 2-year career. Joe Douglas should be fired, but the Jets will probably sign, I guess, probably an extension and place him in the Ring of Honor.
Sounds like a smart guy.
Game 1, I got to hear this, Carmine. Game 1.
What kind of animal is that? I guarantee you that fucking hand job is a fucking liberal. Guarantee it.
I'm asking you for the last time, live right now, lay down the hammer on the Giants season. It must be done. It has to be done.
Because I did it. You need me to do it again?
I need you to do it every day.
I go like this.
Oh,
okay? Thursday night in the fucking brown eye. Who's the quarterback? Bubby Brister? Who the fuck is this kid? Take a look at that. Right in the brown eye.
Oh.
I got in. I had a catering job last weekend. I got in, and on my fantasy, which I fucking fist banged cousin fucking Frankie, because I had to, and I did it without a mask. And Jeff, what I want you to do to fucking Tommy is what I did to my cousin. He said to me, "Cuz, how do you got a finger in my ass and both hands are on my shoulders?" I'm like, "Cuz, figure it out." As I was pounding, figure it out. So Tommy's gonna ride you Jeff, he's gonna ride you, Tommy, just like that. But I will say this: the kid, my quarterback, he took a few hits that he did not have to take.
He didn't.
And it'll be, hey, Jerkoff, don't take that hit. Throw the fucking ball away.
Yeah, he's too small for be getting fucking pounded like a nail, man. Too small.
There was a couple I went, oh, that fucking hurt.
Yeah, listen.
There was one they wrote about in the paper that said he got hit by like a combined weight of like 585 pounds of human being, that they were surprised he got up. That's how hard he got hit.
Now, listen, that's bound par for the fucking course, right? He's probably going to get knocked out. That guy Becton, that fucking big fat blowjob, what did he do? He fucking grabbed his knee because he was getting abused all day. Oh, let me fall to the ground.
I told Tommy when they drafted him, he was too fucking big. 370 pounds. Not good. Not good. How long do you think he's going to last? I say he don't even make it 5 years.
Well, they're talking about it. They're talking about him now. They were talking 6 to 8 weeks. He's out. They're talking it could be much more than that this year. So, listen.
Get him the fuck out of there. I'm so sick of these fuck. Why do my teams got to be fucking blowjobs?
Near 400-pound men you don't get them to play football. You want to put him in as a change of pace or as a fullback.
Right, but he's quick, Jeff, at fucking 22. At fucking 27, he ain't going to be fucking quick.
He ain't going to be quick by 24, never mind 27.
I agree with that. Well, the fucking guy can't stay on the field.
Yeah, listen, I agree. Listen, I think, listen, this team has a lot of problems on the offensive line. It still has problems in the secondary. But again, I will give for game 1. I thought the kid gave it a shot. I don't think he was great by any stretch.
Not even close.
But here's the thing, why was Mims on the bench so much? Everybody was out, and Mims.
Dude, I don't know.
What
something's going on there? I have no fucking idea.
I'll tell you why. Because one, he missed time during camp.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. He's not turning into the person they want him to be. You notice they keep going after receivers. Yep. They drafted that kid in the second round. They went after Elijah Moore, and they signed 2 more in the offseason that were free agents. This guy's time is done.
So
if you don't snap out soon, I guarantee he gets traded before.
So are you saying another Joe Douglas number 2 pick is a failure? Is that what you're trying to say, Jeff?
No, I'm trying to say that Denzel Mims is going to get traded.
Just curious if another Joe Douglas.
Fuck your mouth, Tommy.
I'm just saying.
Guess who had a 17-19 record in college as a starter?
Who?
Daniel Jones.
So who cares? It's college.
Doesn't matter. He was a fucking loser before he got to the pros.
Daniel Jones is
Mr.
going to be
Turnover. Watch it tonight. He's going to turn the ball over twice. He's going to have the ball shoved right up his ass.
Who's had 30 turnovers before he played his 30th game?
You'll hear it tonight. Giants win 27-13.
Had 30 turnovers before their 30th game.
Giants 27-13.
DJ.
All right. We're giving scores?
I'm giving you scores.
Washington 16, Giants 13. I need that 6-3 from my fucking from my box to pick up 4 Gs.
You need it for your box, all right. That's what you really need it for, is your real box.
Listen, I hope the score is Washington 46, Giants 3.
I like that. Jeff, my pick would be even harder than Giants.
Wait till Sunday when your boy Belichick comes into the stadium and pisses all over your sideline.
Listen, I ain't fucking. Have you seen the picture of Cam Newton with no shirt on?
Yeah.
This guy looks like a motherfucking Adonis. And you take this lard ass, fat ass that's been in on the Patriots for a couple weeks.
And he'll win a Super Bowl before your team.
He's only not playing on the Patriots because he wouldn't get vaccinated.
Oh, that's not true at all. He could throw a ball. He could throw a football. I watched him play.
Racism.
He's built like a fucking brick shit house.
Racism.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick is
Where's
racist.
Black Lives Matters?
They stuck
Tommy,
up.
and
Listen,
I
they stuck
know
up
Tommy.
for Colin Kaepernick. How about I'm down with Cam, baby?
What happened with it?
He's down with Cam. He's down with Cam. Jeff's down with Cam.
Okay. All right. I'm with that. I think.
Yeah. Good for you guys. Hard Rocket Sports, Jeff Tom, and our good friend the doctor.
You're just jealous. You're just jealous because
my Glorioso. Are you out of the clink, or are you still locked up?
Nah, I got another fucking 3 weeks with those
3 weeks
scumbags. Yeah.
So wait, the Yankees could literally be in the playoffs now.
Listen, the Friday game with the Mets Yankees, I had a fucking video all set about to send it, and someone got insulted. You guys in Italian, you fucking wimp pussy fucks. That's what I'm dealing with, fucking Jeff. I got guys like liberal fucking Tommy over here playing with his fucking Biden.
Yes, that's what you get. That's what you're getting. So theoretically, the Yankees could be in and out of the playoffs before you even have a chance to comment.
That would be fucked up.
I
listen, Jeff. How fucking great would this be? The fucking Yankees lose by 1 game, just miss out on the playoffs. And they can look back to the blowjobs in Queens as we go.
Well, listen, I'm going to extend an offer to you, Carmine.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Bring on, Jesse.
Here we go.
If you need to communicate with the outside world, we can meet up and you can do it through me. And tag whoever you need to tag. I don't care. You need to be heard. All
right, so now what I'm going to do, Jeff, text me your phone number. Tommy, Jeff, do you have my number? Text me the number. I'm going to start feeding you. I said, Tom, I said, Jeff, put this fucking out of here. I can't trust this cocksucker Tommy.
You got it.
That's fine. Listen, Carmen, you're welcome.
Messenger. I could post it from there.
And you send me videos. I'll be
happy
to on the show.
I'm in jail. Fuck you, you fucking wimp bitch. Here I am fucking still posting, dick. I can't wait to... Dude, if I ever saw this guy, I would just do one thing. Headbutt him. right? Hopefully shatter its fucking nose.
Who,
I'd even take 16 stitches on my forehead to fucking do that to him.
who turned you in?
Who told me these fucking twats on Facebook? And then Jeff, you didn't hear. I went from 3 days to 30 days. Why? Because it said I cursed in Italian, and I've called people mezzofonoica pubs fucking 100 times. So now they finally figure out, oh, that means half fig. So half a fig. Oh my God, that's so insulting. But they said you got 3 days. I dispute it and say you didn't, because there's nothing you can write there. It says,
Yeah, I know.
Do you agree? Do you not agree?
Yeah.
And then it said, do we not understand the content? I clicked that. They gave me went from 3 days to 30 days.
Wow.
Fucking cocksuckers.
Yeah, I love it because you can't even fight. You can't defend yourself.
No, it's just.
I've posted things that I've gotten off of Facebook, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, you have 30 days. The start of the pandemic, I was on the shelf for 90 of the first 100 days of the pandemic.
Listen, I'm trying to fucking. What you know the thing from Casino?
Yeah.
When he's talking to the guy Charlie, he goes, "Well, Charlie, I don't think it's fair if I tell you exactly what I do." He said, "What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come down to the bank early in the morning, and if you don't have my money for me, I'm gonna bash your fucking head in right in front of everybody. And when I get out of jail, hopefully, you're waking up out of your coma. And guess what? So I'll fucking do it again." So now that I'm giving you a hint, I gave that to a friend of mine who's going to put my head on Nicky Santoro and that cocksucker Zuckerberg on fucking Charlie's. And I guarantee I'm going to go for jail. I'll be probably fucking banned.
You may never come out of that jail,
You may never come out of that one.
I'm putting it on. I don't give a fuck.
Listen, if you're going to go out, Carmine, go out in a blaze of glory.
Go LA! Burn! Like
That's
fucking like the Giants are going to be tonight.
But you have a forum here every Thursday night. You can come on and blast away all you want. Drop the hammers.
Here's the
Go with the
Mr.
Murrays
Florio.
and whatever.
I'm sure Mr. Florio doesn't appreciate this. Mr. Florio, big love. It's just my Italian and my jerk-offism that gets me to say these things.
No, my father gets a kick out of you.
Does he? Okay.
I get him on before you because the last time I put him on after you, I got to my parents' house. He says, "Con, that guy's funny as hell, but holy cow, I hear words from him I never heard before." I said, "That he's out of his mind."
My mother and father were actually kind of amazed too. My mother was like, "Oh, who is that man?
Who's this fucking asshole?
He has such a mouth." And I was like, "That's Carmine." I says, "It's all right." And she's like, "No, he was saying things. I can't believe what he. Oh my god. I'm like, "No, he's funny, ma. It's all right."
Oh my god! Now you're gonna make me make this G-rated? Okay.
No, you better not.
Okay, good.
Good. So,
and this is the Tommy sponsor. Tommy said to me, "You know what? Fuck Biden, fuck his mother, and fuck Kamala Harris, that fucking Indian bitch." Did you say that to me, Tom?
Not on the air, only off the air.
Oh, okay.
Only off the air, Carmine. He's the doctor. He hasn't been around in a while, but we love having him on, and I thank him for being here as always.
My boy.
And hopefully, listen, until he's out of jail, maybe he wants to come back on Thursdays and spew his evil rant against my beloved Yankees and Giants. But Carmine, go enjoy the rest of your night, my brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Tommy, Jeff, my brothers, be well, my boys.
See you later, Carmine.
Be good, bro.
Take it. Love you, boys.
Love you too, Carm. See you later, buddy. I just hit Jeff. Sorry, Jeff. I was hitting Carmine. You slide in.
I was like, "How the fuck did I disappear?" When I'm
I was logging Carmine out, and then you slid in right as I was clicking. So, Hefe, let's start the show off the right way. Jeff, how was your week?
It was good, man. It was good. I've been working a lot this week. My boss is on vacation, so I'm making money hand over fist.
Nice, good.
Yeah, and then I did something last Saturday. I bought rims for the truck, so I'm waiting for them to get here.
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully get something. The house isn't really working out very well, so that's coming off the market in a couple days.
Oh, is it you guys pull it out till spring?
Yeah. I don't want to. My luck, I know exactly when it'll sell. It'll sell like November 1st. So then I'll have to wait 60 days, and then next thing you know, bang, it'll be a fucking blizzard, and I got to move in the middle of it. So No, thank you.
I hear you, man. I hear. Well, hopefully you'll have better luck in the springtime. Maybe over the next day or two you'll get some luck. But listen, the weather's nice right now. I hope everybody's had a great week. I want to thank everybody who participated and everybody who helped us out on the Sunday show last Sunday, the Sunday Audible with Jeff, myself, and John Marhefka. Had a lot of fun, Jeff. That was a good start to a new idea. Yeah,
I found out the hard way that the battery of my phone lasts about 35 seconds. And so I'm going to have to be a little bit more prepared.
Yes.
This time around. But John was a pleasure to do the show with. He definitely knows his stuff, man.
Absolutely.
He really does. And he brings a laid back kind of flair to it all too.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, man.
Yeah, and I think what it's going to take is a little time for John. Listen, you and I, we feed off each other. We kind of, we know what we're going to say. Listen, we talk every day. So, we both have an idea of what we think and how we think about it. It'll take a little time for us to know John and to get John in more, forceful, maybe more, to be more of a presence. But I thought he did a nice job, and I thought it was a nice
job.
Yeah, it was a nice mix with the three of us, and he brings a different element to it. He's kind of outside of our local. John kind of brought in a little bit of the outside for us, so it was good.
I got to ask, with yesterday being, I think it was Yom Kippur.
Yesterday, something like that, guy.
Yeah. What are our numbers, man, over there?
Well, I have it, and I'm going to put it. I think I'm going to be able to put it on the screen for you to see. Can you see that on the screen?
Not yet, no.
Let's share. All right, hold on. I'm going to share it on here for you.
I had to ask, being it's the holiday.
I understand completely. I'm going to share the screen for you, Jeff, and share that. Let's see. Okay, so there it is, Jeff. You can see the numbers yourself.
We're a little.
Want a little bigger?
Yeah, a little bit bigger.
Okay, hold on.
If possible.
Let's see if I can raise that up a little bit.
Oh, there we go. Israel 7.46.
Yep, and I found out some new stuff today. We have we have 1% of our listeners in Mongolia.
No shit.
We have 1% of our listeners in Iran.
Uh-oh.
So somebody in Iran is actually listening to us.
I hope they don't come after us.
We have 1% of our listeners in Indonesia.
Whoa, you gotta be kidding me.
1% of our listeners are in Russia. We are also big in Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa. So,
Whoa.
Jeff, the Hard Rock and Sports Show is multinational.
I see that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So the Hard Rock and Sports Show has some listeners outside of the local area. Speaking of local area, we'll have Jack Frost, guitar player.
I got to admit, I'm not too happy about the ratings in Iran.
Well, only you think we do better than 1%? Is that your?
I don't want them to come fucking grab us in the middle of the night and throw us off a building. That's kind of my fear. I'm gonna have to move my bedroom to the first floor.
I'm a little surprised we have even 1% in. It's funny. Nobody's on our screen tonight. I'm a little concerned.
I see that. Let me see if we're on.
Yeah, make sure we're on Facebook. There is a tendency. I see check marks in the boxes of Facebook and YouTube. So it seems like we're on. I haven't seen anybody pop up in the boxes of Facebook and YouTube. So
Patrick is on. It says Patrick is watching with us.
Okay, as long as that's.
I don't know.
Boxes of Facebook and YouTube.
Is anybody out there?
Yeah, it's sorry. There's anybody less on that. As long as somebody's watching. Last week we had good numbers. We were well into the hundreds last week, so that's a good night for us. So I'm glad everybody's watching. Jeff, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We got a good guest coming up at 9:00 in Jack Frost from the band Brothers in Arms.
I want to ask about the Bronx Casket Company. I got a few questions about that.
You can ask away at anything you like, but we'll start off with a little bit of the new stuff for the new band. We got the Giants on tonight. We got the Jets coming up Sunday with the Patriots. We had a lot of interesting football games last weekend. I talked a little Yankees and Mets so far, so I'll put that in the rearview mirror for a few minutes. Big loss in college football. I don't know if you've been paying attention yet, but Ohio State took a loss to Oregon this week. So now that
I saw that.
Oregon and Ohio State both losing early in the season. Again, the phrase always is, if you're going to lose in college football, make sure you lose early. So we'll see what happens. with that. So what do you want to do, Jeff? You want to go around the NFL? Do you want to go Jets and Giants? Where do you want to start? I'm gonna
Yeah,
give you,
whatever you want to do, man. I have some notes here that I
well, where would you like to start? I'm gonna open up the floor to you. You're the senior member of the team.
well, I want to start with the new segment.
Okay, you say you have a new segment tonight where you're going to rip the New York Giants. I'll let you go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. All I'm going to do basically is just bring up.
Do I get to respond after you're done in this segment, or is this completely a Jeff segment?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You can respond.
I'll give you the floor.
Let me ask you. Well, I can put these in question form so that they're a little easier for you to.
It's
follow.
your segment, my friend. You handle it any way you like.
What's Jabril Peppers? What's going on? He's clearly not happy with his reduced role with the New York Giants. This is a guy that was a captain and supposed to be a leader, and now he's sitting on the bench for half the game. What's going on?
Simple. I think it's just going to be a matter of game planning. You have three really good safeties. Logan Ryan is a little bit of a cover safety. McKinney's a great player who missed most of last year, which is why there was no issue. I think you'll see a lot of Jabril Peppers in three safety sets. And I'll see, and I think it'll take care of itself. I think Jabril Peppers will be fine. It's just a matter of who fit that game best. And I saw the same thing you did, but I think
So this has nothing to do with bad coaching. I guess we're gonna
not at all. Not at all.
skate right over that. All right.
Skate right over it.
Now the Giants are going to lose a draft pick after the Panthers release kicker Ryan Santos.
Santoso, yes.
What now? Even though it's a 7th rounder, I believe. What is going on there? And what is going on?
Giants held on to Santoso. They had no interest in making him their kicker. They have Graham Gano, who had a great year last year for them. But Ryan Santoso has a huge leg, but is inconsistent as a kicker. So instead of releasing him and getting nothing, Dave Gettleman did the smart thing and tried to make a trade. He did, but it was conditional. He had to last on the team for a certain amount of time. And Ryan went out here. They didn't have a great game for the Panthers against the Jets. He missed a field goal. I think he missed an extra point and a field goal. And they released him immediately. And that got rid of the thing. And I believe the Giants are about to re-sign him to the practice squad.
Oh.
So, no harm, no foul. A good job by Dave Gettleman.
Daniel Jones.
Bring it on, big man.
4-0 against the Redskins. 4-19 against the rest of the league. Tom, when are they going to leave this fucking guy behind, please?
Won't be this year. Daniel Jones, let's get to it. I watched the game in full, every play. I watched a lot of football on Sunday. I got to watch the 2 of the early games, which were Steelers and Bills, and then I watched also the Jets and the Panthers. And the afternoon game, I got to watch the Giants, obviously, and the Broncos, and I also got to watch a little bit of the Browns and the Chiefs. But Daniel Jones is what you asked me specifically.
Yes,
Daniel Jones did not play terribly. He wasn't great, but Daniel Jones played a very good game. He had one miscue. The one miscue was a big one. And listen, and it's something that he has to stop, bar none. But Daniel Jones actually played very well. I thought he threw the ball very well in that game. I thought the offensive line did a nice job protecting him. They could not run the ball, but he did a nice job other than that one play. The problem with the Giants was not Daniel Jones. The problem on Sunday was the defense. And Daniel Jones will be the quarterback of the New York Giants this year for the year, and we'll see at the end of the year.
Daniel Jones has lost 19 of the 27 games he started.
Yep.
That's hard numbers to swallow. When is it going to stop?
Let's hope it stops tonight. Let's hope that tonight.
No. When is this charade of putting Daniel Jones out there going to stop?
I think Daniel Jones. Listen, here's the thing: if the Giants would have listened to guys like you, Eli Manning would have got cut year 3, and even in year 4, when the Giants went out and won a Super Bowl, and mid-season, toward the end of the season, everybody was ripping Eli Manning. He went on, had a great playoffs, turned his career around. Now Eli Manning had better success and better stats than Daniel Jones, but it was the same situation. I still believe in Daniel Jones. I think he's still a good quarterback, but it will be reevaluated at the end of the season. He doesn't produce, then they will probably be looking for a new quarterback next year.
I'm gonna skip the 17 and 19 record in college. I mean, with numbers like that, how do you not draft them in the first round? Anyway,
doesn't mean anything. Go ahead.
fumbled for the 30th time before his 30th start. This guy is a turnover machine, and I think he's going to lead the league in turnovers again. And of course, you're going to tell me that how this is great play and how he's moving along in the right direction, and he's going to be great, and this, that, and the other thing. So go ahead, heap it on. Let's hear this.
I thought Daniel Jones at the end of last year played really well, had and fixed a lot of the issues that he had.
But still, nonetheless, he fixed a lot of the issues that he had.
I agree.
But he still had his 30th fumble before his 30th.
I'm not disagreeing. Listen, I will tell you that. Here's the thing I will tell you about it. I will give him credit because he was trying to make a play and fumbled. It wasn't, he didn't just get somebody walked up and blew on his arm and he fumbled it, or he dropped the ball or threw a bad interception. And the guy was trying to make a play. He was trying to take his team in for a big score, get this game down to one score. He got hit from the side by two people and fumbled. Smart play is you slide, and only good things can happen. The next time it happened, he slid. Let's hope he learned his lesson. I will not fault the guy for giving an effort. He gave an effort. It didn't work. We move on. How's that?
Said. The belief that you put in him, Gettleman, and the Tooth Fairy is fucking said. In year three, he should be beating the Teddy Bridgewaters of the league.
100%.
Not getting beat, but yet you still want to keep him.
The Giants did not lose this game because of Daniel Jones, because of Jason Garrett, because of a lack of offense.
But they didn't win because of them either.
No, they did not. No. They lost this game. They didn't win this game, however you want to phrase it, because the Giant defense could not get off the field on third down, because the Giant defense gave up multiple, I'd say at least 3, maybe 4 drives in the game of 10, 11 plays. The Giants got them into 3rd and 14, and the Broncos got 17 yards. 4th and 3, they got 7. The Giants defense cost the Giants this football game. Had they been anything sort of decent, the Giants win this game by a touchdown. That's the reason the Giants lost this football game. Nothing to do with Daniel Jones, nothing to do with the offense. That's my opinion.
All right. Well, thank God we know who the consummate professional is here on the show.
I'm just giving you the facts. I don't give it to it didn't come from here. It came from fact. I watched the game.
Coming from here.
No, you came from reading a newspaper.
With you, it's coming from here. That's what the problem is.
I came from here. I watched the game. I can tell you exactly play by play.
Daniel Jones is 8-19.
We've said these numbers 5 times already. But
in his NFL career.
Okay.
Sam Darnold was 11-16 with the Jets and was traded. So two-parter on this one. One,
two-parter.
Sam Darnold had a better record than Daniel Jones over the same time frame almost. And the Jets were smart enough to cut ties and trade Darnold. What's going to end up happening with Daniel Jones is he ain't going to be worth anything. You need to package him and Barkley together, okay, and get rid of them both. We already went over the numbers of Jones, okay, with his horrendous passing game. But now let's real quick with Barkley.
Please.
10 rushes, 26 yards, 2.6 yards per carry. No touchdowns. This is a sad team. Sad.
It's not a sad team. It was a sad game. The offensive line could not block. The guy had no.
But we've known about this. You want to come on the air and talk about the Yankees and them not being able to do anything about a team. This offensive line has been an albatross for the Giants for years. I can't even say the name of them anymore, Tom.
Oh, you don't have to. All I can tell you is this team has to step up. Listen, if this offensive line does not get better quick, if Daniel Jones does not get better quick, all of them and Dave Gettleman will be on the outside looking in next year. So I will tell you that I still have a faith in Jones. I am not sure I have as big a faith in the Giants offensive line than I should. Tonight's a big game. How they get through tonight's game. Their division is ripe for the picking, obviously, based on the Cowboys having injuries and the Redskins losing their top quarterback. This is not a must win, but this is a need to win for the New York Giants tonight.
This is as close to a must win in week 2 as you can get. The Giants. First of all, I'm a little disappointed with Saquon Barkley. I think he should have tried harder to come back and be a force. Okay, and now all of a sudden he's using, I got 2 games back to back, 4 days rest. He's using that as an excuse. He's not a professional.
I listen. I'm with you. When I heard today that he might not play, that he thinks playing tonight, I thought he would play very sparingly on Sunday, which I think he did, and I thought he would give it a go tonight, which I heard today he wasn't, or going to play very little, or might not even play at all. Seems like I'm watching it. He's going to play.
He's going to play.
I mean, he's dressed, helmet's on. It says he's active, so I would think if he's active, he's playing in this game. How much? I guess will be decided. This is a very big game for the offensive line, and to a certain extent, it's a very big game for Saquon Barkley. I still have a lot of faith in the kid.
If Barkley goes out on the field tonight for even one play, Judge and Gettleman need to be terminated immediately.
I disagree wholeheartedly. This is a game.
You don't put this guy out there in game 2 of a season. Come on.
Disagree wholeheartedly. He's got to play. If you can't play week to week, then you should not be active. You should be on the sideline holding the clipboard.
They should have brought him along a little bit slower. You don't put him back-to-back games 4 days from one another. It's impossible. Well, you know what? Listen, we can only wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
What are you going to do if the first play he goes up the gut and they land on his knee and that's it? Then you'll be saying, then next week I need you to come on and say, you were right. They should have traded him.
No, I disagree. Again, I would not trade him. I think that's a ridiculous statement, obviously, but that's.
I'm not waiting for you to say that you disagree.
Jeff, Stephen A. Smith, Tawinski, that's your thing. But
wow, I like that. Say that again for me.
Yeah. Jeff, Stephen A. Smith, Tawinski.
Oh man, I'm gonna put that on there.
Yeah, put that up there. You need that one.
Hold on, I got a surprise for you. Ready?
Yeah.
We're gonna put Czarism on hold right now.
You putting Czarism on hold?
Czarism is on hold right now.
And you're going with Stephen A. Smith?
Where the fuck they are?
Let me know when you're done. If you're playing your games.
All right.
I still see. Jeff, Stephen A. Tawinski. Got it. Okay. Again, no. I disagree wholeheartedly. Barkley needs to play. If he's the man he says he is, if he's the player I like to think he is, Saquon Barkley's got to play, and he's got to go out there and do the job and be a man about it. And that's the end of that. So it's a big game for the Giants tonight. I won't call it a must-win. I said it before the season. I'll say it again. The Giants need to go 2-1 in their first 3. I would think in their first 5 or 6, they need to at least be 3-3, if not 4-2. But we'll see how it turns out. I do have some more notes. Are you doing with
I changed that thing again.
Say again.
I changed my banner again.
Oh, you're back to Pinky's. Okay, I got it. Yeah.
Go ahead. Say it out loud.
No, I'm not reading it. Do you want to?
Can I say it out loud?
You can say anything you want. It's your show.
It's not my show, man.
So it's our show. You can say anything
it says, Pinky says Barkley should play.
Barkley should play. I agree with Pinky.
And you are Pinky.
I'd say I think
Pinky
and Barkley will play, so I'll get to watch. I have him taping the game. I have it up on the screen, and of course, I will be watching it as soon as we get off the air tonight. But we got a lot of football to do still tonight. We got a lot of sports talk to get to. We're going to run through the Jets. We're going to finish with the Giants. Get to the Jets. I want to run around the league. There's a lot of weird games from Sunday. Remember, every Sunday morning, 9 a.m., check out the Sunday Audible with Jeff and myself and our buddy John Mar Hefker when we get together 9 a.m. to break down all the big games, fantasy, best bets. My best bets were shit last week, but we'll do that every Sunday morning. Maybe you'll bet against me and win some money. Who knows? But we'll do that every Sunday morning right here on the Hard Rocket Sports Network. And again, like I announced earlier, we will not be joining the Sports Wire Radio Network any further. I thank Tom and his people and for the opportunity, but creative differences have led us to move on to other bigger and greener pastures. But please support SportsWire and all their people. They have some great shows over there, and I think you guys should do that, even though we will not be joining them.
I was asked to do a giant bashing show.
You were.
Yeah, on there, and I leapt at it.
You did.
Yeah.
Good for you.
24/7 giant bashing.
All right, well, maybe you can come up with your own show, and you can do all giant bashing for 24 hours, 7 days a week.
I'd have you as a guest.
I would be honored to be on it to refute your pugnacious, arrogant, ideologic lies, but that'll be up to you.
Proof is there in the writings, man.
Now, I do want to knock my Giants a little bit. First off, I thought Joe Judge had a bad spot. I won't say he had a bad game, but he challenged a touchdown by the Broncos, which even myself sitting on my couch said, how is it challenging a touchdown? They're automatically defended. So by challenging the touchdown, which was a clear touchdown, and whoever told him to challenge it, I hope was fired, cost the Giants what could have been a much-needed timeout. So bad job by Joe Judge by not knowing the fact that all scorings, all turnovers are automatically, you do not need to challenge them. They automatically change.
So what you mean, touchdowns?
Any scoring
touchdowns? Any scoring play is automatically reviewed.
All scoring plays are reviewed. That's correct.
I firmly believe that the
wise ass Frankie. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, Frankie, I got you. You fucking pain in the ass.
I firmly believe that the Joe Judge should ask for these reviews on every time there's a score against the Giants. It's his right.
Yeah, good job, guys. Yeah, no, don't be sorry, Frank. Here's what I'll say is 0-2 is not a death sentence. I don't believe the Giants started 0-2 in 2007 in very ugly fashion, losing to the Cowboys and the Packers, and went on to win the Super Bowl. So it's not a death sentence.
This ain't 2007, bro.
But let me finish. But this team has not had good starts. There's a lot on this, and I think for their own psyche, this Giant team needs a win tonight. And then it'll be a long 10 days before the next home game against the Falcons, who are an abysmal team. But this will be a long 10 days. If the Giants lose tonight and have to go all the way, to that game, to game 3, this will be a tough time for the Giants. And you if you're in the Giant camps, you won't want to have a reporter, social media, or anything else up. So,
I mean, here's a team that's going to be in its going into its third week and already needs a break.
It's no break. It's just that they're playing. 10
days. I mean, they're gonna be like, thank God it came when it did.
No. I would I disagree. If you, God forbid, they were to lose tonight, you want to play Sunday. Like, you want to get to the game real quick, because the longer it takes, the harder. Just everybody pounding on you every day coming in. How are they going to do now? When's Daniel Jones going to get benched? When's the offensive line going to get fixed?
These are all valid questions. All valid questions.
You know what? Honestly, Jeff, I won't even argue that. If the Giants lose tonight, they're valid questions. Now,
I got to ask Frank a question. I don't know if he's still listening. He lost to a powerhouse.
Yeah, that's how I felt, Frank. Yeah.
After
your boy's head so big couldn't keep the helmet on his head.
After watching some of that game, Bridgewater, the guy looks like the second coming of Brady. Doesn't he? I mean, is it me?
Stop.
Is he overrated? What's the story, man?
Overrated.
Well, Frank, where would you rate Bridgewater amongst all of the NFL greats compared to the Giants and what they have? He's got to be up there, and maybe the top 3 or 4 of all time.
Here we go. Are you done yet?
I just want to get his. I hope so. I think he's there, man. I think he's there.
I will tell you that the Broncos. Listen, take nothing away. Teddy Bridgewater made plays when it counted. Giants. It could be 3rd and 14. He came up with 17. It could be 4th and 3. He came up with 5. The guy did a nice job. The Giant defense was pathetic. Bad tackling. Couldn't get off the field, and the Broncos deserved every second of that. Yeah, right behind Elway. Every second of that win, they deserved it. The Giants stunk. on defense. They lost that game because their defense couldn't get off the field. So I've said enough about the Giants. I got plenty more, but we got a lot of show to get to. So I want to get to the Jets. So do you want to go first? Do you want to hear my critique of your beloved Green Machine?
Let's hear what you have to say. Like when comparing these two football teams together, I'd love to hear what you have to say, because I think you look at the world through different eyes.
Well, here's what I would say: if I had any dream, any wish, it was to be able to see Sam Darnold have revenge against his old team and show them that if he had been given any sort of talent, any sort of coaching, he could have been at least a serviceable quarterback. Robbie throws a 57-yard bomb to Robbie Anderson to really put it in the Jets' heart, to make Joe Douglas look even worse for getting rid of Robbie Anderson.
So let's just real quick on that. I'll try to add as you go along. Robbie Anderson, 1 catch for 57 yards. So it wasn't like it was a 57-yard catch and then there was like 3 or 4 others. It was 1 catch, 57 yards. He had the Saquon Barkley of receiving days. 1 big play, big numbers, and then he got like nothing the rest of the game.
He happened to get the big touchdown against the Jets, put the stake in their heart. But I'll say this. Okay, now getting to the Jets offensive line, which you could have put a bunch of cones out there with hats on them, and it would have been just as good, maybe even better, because the cones would have forced the defensive line to at least go around them. The Jets offensive line just said, "Oh, excuse me, you want to hit my quarterback? Oh, yeah, by the way, don't block anybody." So I will say that I'll leave my. I heard Jeff say that Donald played bad and Miss Waddle. No, I would say this. Yeah, he did. I will tell you that Sam Darnold was typical of what he went through when he was with the Jets. Constantly had guys wide open and overthrew them. Constantly.
Sam Darnold is not an NFL caliber quarterback, and he's going to prove it in Carolina. You can't go from the Jets and Adam Gase, where he could have decimated players like Manning, Brady, or Montana. The guy just didn't know what the fuck he was doing. I'm convinced of that. The guy was a horrible coach.
I would tell you that he's better than a lot of guys I've watched play in this league.
I'm talking about Adam Gase ruining quarterbacks.
Oh yeah, listen, I'm not disagreeing with that. I will just say that I thought Sam Darnold did represent himself well, but he had the same problems that he's had, and the big problem is guys were wide open. He just could not hit a guy on the run or in a big spot. So he's got to get better. I mean, he beat the Jets and barely beat the Jets, and it was not impressive, but it was good for him to get a little revenge. I thought they played well, but I said it and I'll say it again. I thought the kid had a good showing. I thought he went out there and played his ass off. He didn't get rattled. He looked like he belongs. But again, his big thing has been his accuracy. He's accurate, and he was anything but accurate. He threw balls. I don't know if you watched it or not, but even the touchdown he threw on a crossing route to Davis was just off the ground. Davis made a nice sliding catch. Other than that, like I said, I thought Saleh did a nice job switching things up in the second half and kept it close and made it interesting.
One would say right off the bat. Mm-hmm. Okay, I was never really 100% behind Darnold. I said that from day one. Okay, and as Darnold went on, he got ruined. I'm convinced he got ruined by Gase. Mm-hmm. And then for people to turn around and say, "Well, he had a good game," he did play the Jets. He did play a team that was 2-14 last year. This wasn't a team that made the playoffs, a team that was 500 or better. This was a team that won 2 games last year, that if they win 5 to 6 games, the New York Jets this year, mm-hmm. it'll be considered a good season and a success. So you're talking about Sam Darnold beating his old team, which is now just trying to get the collective heads out of its ass and do something. Yeah. And a team that was 2-4 last year. I'm sorry, I can't go with that. He did that much. He was that much better, and
no, he was. He was in the first half. In the first half, he played really. I thought he played well, not really well. It wasn't great. He did enough, and he went out and proved that he could play in the NFL. Could he play really well in the NFL? Not the way he played in the second half, not the way he played a good part of the first half, but he showed he could play. I think he has some weapons. I tell you what, though, anytime
in his 4 quarters, it's 2 halves long.
No, I get it.
He only played in 1 half, and he didn't play right the second half.
He has weapons. He has weapons now, and if he doesn't be successful, then it's on him. I mean, anytime you could check down to Christian McCaffrey, who had close to 200 yards of offense, I think he had 80 or 90 yards passing and another 80, 90 yards on the ground, receiving and on the ground. You're going to be in good shape. He did a good enough job. I think that's a good system out there. That team's going to be okay, but Sam Darnold's going to let it know one way or the other because all the eggs are in his basket right now. So we'll see. Again, it was I won't say it's an easy win. That's the wrong way to say it, but I think you're right, Jeff. They got lucky week 1 to face a team that no secondary, very little pass rush, and obviously a paper-thin offensive line in the Jets.
No, I was at work, but I have one question about the Jets game because I couldn't find it.
Okay.
I actually should say I didn't look for it that hard. C.J. Mosley.
Yep.
I have not read his name at all in the paper. What was the story with him?
Yeah, you know what, Jeff? They talked about him a lot, but he did. I would tell you there was 1 or 2 plays he made. Nobody stood out for me on defense. I think the second half, the defensive line, Quentin Williams and those guys were okay. The secondary wasn't good at all, I didn't think. And just a lot of injuries. But no, I did not come out of there with your boy C.J. Mosley as a star of the game. No, it was very quiet for him. Very quiet for his first game back in 2 years. But it's his first game back in 2 years, and
first game back in 2 years and at least 20 pounds lighter. So
what they said during the game was that he was told at his original weight of 240 something of 250, he was too big to play in that system. So they basically told him you got to go out and lose weight in order to be able to cover backs and tight ends.
Well, if he's bouncing off of tight ends in the middle of the season, you'll know why.
Yeah, no, again.
And if he's getting bullied around by fucking running backs, you'll know why.
Yeah, again, no major pass rush, no, a little bit. Again, everything was a little better in the second half. So I'll give Salah a little credit. That was something you mentioned last week that you want to see how he did in the game where he made adjustments. It was a game where I thought he made some adjustments in the second half, or the coaching staff did, and I thought that was something to pick on. And like I said, the kid is a player in the sense he didn't look rattled, but he took some big hits.
It's too small for that.
Yeah, so moving him out of the pocket was great, but again, he had about 2 or 3 other balls I thought could have been intercepted. And easily had about 4 balls that were tipped at the line of scrimmage. So again, first game out the box, it was nowhere near great. He packed on some yardage at the end to make it look a little bit better. But again, if I was a Jet fan, I wouldn't go, oh no, here we go. I would say, okay, we might have something here. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Big game for them this week, and only because you don't want to go. You don't want to get embarrassed. To Belichick, rookie quarterback over there who I thought had a decent game last week, did a good job. Again, the defense, they just couldn't put points on the board, but big game for the Jets this week in the sense of just home game, fans, the whole bit, Jeff.
Well, not for nothing, but this game shows the Jets as a team, a young team, that there is no rest in the NFL.
Nope.
Okay, so 1 week you get one team, the next week, you're going to get a team that's been to the Super Bowl more often than not, with a coach that's won more Super Bowls than anybody else. So, they are facing a daunting task, but, this is a team that they have to learn. So let them learn it quick and let them learn it now. This year, I don't care what anybody says, this year is not the year. We know that.
No.
Everything is education for the year that it is.
Yeah, you just want to see them getting better and better every week. And again, if it turns into 3, 5, 7, 8 wins, whatever it is in there, I don't know. I think it's probably on the 5-win side. But I mean, tough. No easy stretch. You got the Patriots at home, then at the Broncos, home to the Titans, at the Falcons. After the bye week, you got at Patriots and a surprisingly decent looking Bengals after week 1. So tough. Tough schedule for the Jets. Nobody's an easy mark, and they're not a great team yet. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting the next month and a half. We'll know by Halloween what this Jet team is, Jeff.
I think we're going to know before that. I think we can tell right now.
No, you know what? Here's why I say no. I watched a lot of football Sunday. I got to see a lot of highlights Sunday. The Jets weren't good, but they weren't the Titans. They weren't even as bad as the Packers looked, which we're going to talk about in a second. So, again, the Jets looked like the semblance of a team. They just looked like the semblance of a team that had no real players yet, no true identity yet. So again, not terrible. We'll see how it shakes out for your beloved Green Machine. But let's move around the league a little bit. We got our guest coming up at 9:00, and I want to make sure that we touch on a few games. So I don't know how much you watch, how many highlights you got to see, but let me run some stuff by you.
One thing I would like to talk about is one of the things I was interested in this year was the quarterback play.
Oh, go ahead. Go for it.
Of a couple different people.
Sure.
And Jameis Winston.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on over there? What is your take about what happened down in New Orleans? 5 touchdown passes, not one turnover.
Mm-hmm.
That's like half a season for Daniel Jones but the turnovers part.
Here we go. You done? Let me know when you're done. Comment when you're done.
I'm just bringing up a point. Has Sean Payton found the answer to Drew Brees?
No, I still don't believe that at all. I'm going to give you Jameis Winston's numbers. Winston was 14 of 20 for 150 yards.
But 5 of those 14 passes were for touchdowns.
I'm not disagreeing with you. So now let's see if I can find the touchdown passes for you. Kamara, 3-yard pass. June Jones, 1-yard pass. Hogan, 10-yard pass. June Jones, 8-yard pass. Now you have one here, Paris, 55-yard pass. So
deadly in the red zone.
Well, again, listen, and that's something that if you're a good quarterback or a great quarterback, you need to be. So I'll applaud them for that 100%. But that was a lot of series. You only throw for 150 yards in a game. Yes, the 5 touchdowns were impressive. No interceptions, very impressive. That means you lived and died with your running game, got you close, some play action passes, and you did it. I'll applaud. It was a great win. They beat a team that I picked to could be coming out of that conference. A big sack first play of the game for the New York Football Giants. Big huge sack for Ojulari, the 2nd-round pick out of Georgia. The Washington Redskins are about to punt back to the Football Giants. Good job by the New York Football Giants on the first drive.
Let me ask you, speaking of sacks and everything, how did Leonard Williams do?
Leonard Williams had a decent game stopping the run. The Giants pass rush, Jeff, was not good this week. Again, I'm gonna stay out of tonight's game because it's going on right now. Sunday was nothing off the edge. When they did get a sack on the edge, and that same play I just mentioned had a big play, a big penalty, hit the quarterback in the head without even trying to sack him. So that was a bad spot. So yeah, no big shakes from the Giant defense. Stunk on Sunday. Bottom line, it stunk. Pass rush, the secondary, linebacker play, everything top to bottom was a bad job. The Giants did not win that game and lost that game because of their defense. So a good start so far tonight. But Jameis Winston, Jeff, was an interesting. He's something to watch, but his numbers do not impress me. 14 of 20, 150 yards, 10 yards a pop. It ain't impressed me. He's throwing short passes all day. And think about it. One of those passes was 55 yards. So the rest of it was.
I'm not saying that the guy
is 13 for 97 yards. 13 for 97 yards.
Right now, as it stands.
Yep.
After the first game, 5 touchdown passes. He leads the league in touchdown passes.
Agreed. I'm not arguing with that. I'm just saying it's if you take away the 55-yarder, he's now thrown for 93 yards on 13 catches. Not impressive.
Yeah, and then listen, you're saying about living and dying with the run game,
Which is fine. Yep.
That's true,
Yep.
100%. You're 100% true. But I want you to think of something else.
Mhm.
Why do you got to pass when you score that many touchdowns passing?
No.
You just run the ball to fucking kill time.
The game plan is fine. I was answering to your question to how well did Jameis Winston play. All I said was it wasn't bad. Obviously, threw 5 touchdowns and no INTs, so that's impressive. But they didn't win this game. The Packers were terrible. Their defense played great, and I'm assuming they ran the ball. I'm looking for rushing is let's see. Kamara ran for 83 yards, Jones for 50. So they ran for 130-something yards on top. So, they ran the football well, threw the ball when they had to. Barkley with a big gain on first down. Oh, no, that's
3 yards.
No, that was Barkley was for 5 or 6. So nice job by Saquon. Hitting the hole quick and hard. Yep, 5-yard gain for Saquon Barkley. Good for him. But I'll call it out as I see it, Jeff, just so I'll keep you in it. Yeah, again, am I giving him an A plus for? No, I'm not, Jeff. So that's the first quarterback. Which other ones you want to talk about?
Ben Roethlisberger.
Interesting one, Jeff. Go ahead. Do you want to give me your thought, or you want my thought on the?
I was watching some of the Bills Steelers game last night, and
big pass by Daniel Jones.
well, look in the comment section.
Oh, here we go. No.
Oh, wait a minute.
Only if you got the helmet on.
Yeah, really. Only if you got the helmet on, and you must wear the helmet through the duration.
Oh, all right. Let me find you in there, Dom. Let's see. So to come on and pound his chest about his team and how great they did on third.
Can't you mute him?
It can do a lot of things. So hold on. Let me see if I can find him. Nope, I don't want to do that. Okay, there we go. Dom.
I really hope that they let him out. If he's out, I don't know if he's out or not.
He's been out for a while. Yes, hold on.
Okay, I hope he realizes it, and that ass crack is.
Yes, we won't get the sheet from behind. Big first down to what's the name? Big run for a couple yards there by Daniel Jones. So Giants looking good so far as we wait for the half man. So Jeff, real quick on Roethlisberger, 18 of 32 for 188. I don't know if he had no INTs. And let me see, a lot of field goals in this game. Field goal.
Yeah, but you know what? He definitely does not look like.
No,
I can see he didn't look like a worn-out old quarterback.
No,
he looked like he still has some.
Early on, he did. He did look better as the game went on, though. You're right.
So I'm curious to see if he's going to be able to continue and actually, work out for the Steelers and maybe help them win this year.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think the best thing you can hope for, the defense played really well. They didn't run the ball exceptionally well, but decent with Najee Harris. So I think if you're Pittsburgh, what you're hoping for is that he plays well enough to not hurt them and make them lose. That's, I think if you're asking me, that's what I see out of that. But a decent job, and listen, a huge win. You could have gave me a lot of things that was going to happen Sunday. Buffalo losing at home to Pittsburgh was never going to be one of them I was going to buy into.
Pittsburgh was 11-0 last year.
No,
they started off 11-0. This wasn't a slouch of a team.
No,
they finished 9-7, and they started the year off 8-0, and then
But they did slow down, Jeff, and then they lost that game in the playoffs with the Browns. So I wasn't expecting much out of the Steelers this year, Jeff. So
I hear you, but it's only game 1 too, man. But
no, I got it.
Bring it up.
But more than anything to me on that, Jeff, it's not the fact that the Steelers won; it's that the Bills lost at home. This is a team that, at least for me, I know you're not huge on it, and I'll give you a little credit. Early on, I was big on the Bills this. I am big on the Bills this year. So them losing this game, I think, was something. And a good drive so far for the Giants down to the Redskins 28-29. Daniel Jones hit a couple big passes and a couple nice runs by Daniel Jones. So let's see if the Giants can capitalize, get down there and put some points on the board. What's another you want to talk about? Any other quarterbacks, Chef? You want to talk about the rookies?
I understand that Joe Burrow had a pretty decent game coming back.
Yeah, Joe
by,
Burrow.
MCL tear or whatever, ACL tear. But you know what's amazing? Joe Burrow comes back, has a great game. Saquon Barkley is basically non-committal to even getting on the field for his team, and then starts second game a couple days later, and who knows? Maybe the guy is going to be a little gun shy or whatever. I just don't see him doing much, to be honest with you.
Now, I'm going to yellow Daniel Jones a little bit here, Jeff. He makes a nice play. I think it's a design call. He makes a run right around the end. Big game, probably 15 or 16 yards. And instead of getting out of bounds or sliding, he goes shoulder first into the defensive back and creates some contact, and easily could have gotten hurt or possibly even fumbled. Here comes a big play from Saquon, looking spry back there, lost of a yard, but looking spry, hitting the hole nice and hard there. But I'm that's something that I don't want to see from Daniel Jones again. When you're near the sideline after a big play like that, get out of bounds.
I think somebody's going to be hitting his hole awfully hard if he don't watch himself. And where is the half man?
I don't know. I sent them the link, so if he wants on. Joe Burrow, good game, 20 of 27, 261. I'm going to see here any quick, let's see, touchdowns. 1, 2, 2 touchdown passes. And a big win. I tell you what, Jeff, that's a big win over Minnesota for Cincinnati. I would have never expected it. Now, again, I'm not a huge Minnesota Viking fan. Big flag on the defense. Looks like roughing the passer on Chase Young, your beloved Chase Young guy. That's your brother there. And he 15 yards, half the distance, and an automatic first down for the beloved big stinking blue. Yeah, Jeff, on Joe Burrow. Minnesota, though, Jeff, that's a bad loss, but a good win for Joe Burrow getting back.
Well, he was reunited with his LSU teammate. And let's see what happens. Let's see if they made the right call by putting a wide receiver there with him instead of an offensive lineman.
Yeah, we both yelled about that in the draft. You're right.
I actually think that he came back, and it's amazing. He got hurt at the end of the season, and he's coming back. And so far, it looks like he's playing at a high level. And Saquon Barkley,
there we go, right back to
who hurt himself in the
beginning
of last year, and has come back, and he's regained mid-season form too. 2.6 yards rushing, and I believe a long of like 15. I could look up the numbers real quick. I got them right here.
We don't need to. We don't need to. Let's move on.
Let me see. Hold on. I gotta get used to this, Tom. I gotta leave these numbers out.
Oh my God.
Well, no touchdowns. 10 of 26 for 2.6 yards. Yeah. I don't know. Where is the half man? I know how to get the half man.
Half man says he's trying to get on, but he can't get on. Hold on.
All right, so then what we got to do is 12 minutes we get on faster.
I will announce a touchdown by Daniel Jones. 2nd and goal. Daniel Jones touchdown. New York Football Giants on the board. Jeffrey, 6-0 blue. Daniel Jones, 2nd touchdown of the season on the ground, and a beautiful drive for the New York Giants. Daniel Jones, an automatic quarterback keep. Beautiful. Shakes off the tackle. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. You want me to say touchdown again? Touchdown.
You say whatever you like, Tom. It's the second season, first quarter of game number 2 of the season.
We got to get a W, Jeff. W's W. Let's move on to I want to talk a little bit about just the Texans, Jaguars. A lot of controversy this week, Jeff, with Urban Meyer already. People suspecting he might take the USC job. He's emphatically, no way, I'm sticking this out. Interesting that they're already after 1 week, and people think he's going to quit and go back to college after a very ugly loss.
The guy's name is Urban. Shouldn't that be distressing enough?
Now, the interesting part, though, Jeff, was a great offensive explosion by the Texans, 37 points from Tyrod Taylor. Do you think that kind of lessens the blow for them a little bit on the whole Deshaun Watson thing, or makes it an easier?
No, I don't think so, because Deshaun Watson didn't play, and listen, they got to do something. Do you want to keep this guy? Or he's taking up a roster spot.
Yeah.
Come on. You got every team has somebody on their team.
Yep.
Who's taking up a roster spot? The Texans.
Well, here we go.
You got
I can see it coming. But go ahead. I'm gonna
You
let
got Watson.
yeah,
The New York Giants has Barkley.
yeah.
Guys should just still be out. We
Man,
have to relax.
my man just helped the Giants score a touchdown. Nice drive. Saquon, Daniel Jones, and the Giants. Big way to start the game off. Now we got to shut down Taylor Henneke again and get the ball back, put some more points on the board, and put this useless team to bed early. Jeff, what happened to the Packers? Is that a whole thing of just, Aaron Jones not having an off season, the controversy, all the split in the locker room, or is it just, hey, you know what, we didn't practice, we didn't, no big deal, we'll be back next week?
I don't know, Tom. There's a lot that you could say there. His team is probably looking at him side-eyed.
Mm-hmm.
Like as well as a lot of other teams looking at certain players on their team side-eyed.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen with somebody like that. But he's got a lot of years in the league, and you got to hope that he rebounds. I mean, there's a lot of guys in the league at this point in time that are not producing the way that they were expected to. Say like Saquon Barkley from the New York Giants, pedestrian numbers, and so Aaron Rodgers is not a good game, man. But I say give him some chance. Let's see what he can do.
Guys, if you want to hear more of this intelligent conversation, this defaming of a future Hall of Famer, make sure you come on back on Sundays when Jeff and I and our good buddy John Marhefke get together on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. for the Sunday Audible right here on the Hard Rocket Sports Network. We get you to we bring you to the biggest stories of the day. We'll talk to you about all the games. We'll run them all through for you, give you our picks for each game, our best bets, fantasy lineups, and more each Sunday morning. And maybe this week, our very first celebrity guest will be joining us, Jeff.
Yeah.
Our very first celebrity guest from all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, yeah.
Rafael Esparza will be joining Jeff and I.
Oh, that'd be nice. I haven't seen him in a while. It's been a while since we've seen Rafael, and he's a good guy. He's a good guy. It's like, once again, the Giants looking for Daniel Jones to hold on to the ball, and he lets them down by fumbling once again.
There we go. No fumble tonight so far, folks.
Hold on, Dom Ginter. Before he sends you the link, do you have the helmet? Yes or no? This is important. You need the helmet. Do you have the helmet?
We're running out of time. We got 20 minutes before our guest. So, Dom, I just sent you the link again, third time, to the same thing. You have the link right now for the third time. So, okay, we'll see what happens. We only got about 20 minutes. He has no helmet, Jeff. We let him on without the helmet.
I ain't talking to him.
The helmet's got to be.
You got to put something on. Get a pot.
Get a brown paper bag and cut holes in it. Write Raiders on the front of it. That's
what Charlie Brown did, man.
What Charlie Brown did, Jeff?
You don't know what Charlie Brown did?
Well, Charlie Brown did a lot of things, but which specific thing are we talking about?
You don't know what he did.
Oh, again, Charlie Brown did a lot of things. Which specific thing did Charlie Brown do?
Let's see if I could, if we can get it, so that we.
On Rocket Sports here every Thursday night, Jeff and Tom. We got our guest coming up in 20 minutes, Mr.
I don't know if you can see this.
Yes, Mr. Jack Frost will be joining Jeff and I here on the Hard Rocket Sports Network, talking about Brothers in Arms. So we're looking forward to Jack popping up, but let's see if Dominic pops up for about 10 minutes. Jeff, real quick, Eagles big win. Only team in the NFC East to win a game is the Philadelphia Eagles. They went out there and won their game against the Titans. I believe, is it? Am I got that right? The Titans?
No, was it the Titans?
No, Falcons. Oh my God, the putrid Falcons. Yeah. Now, fourth down, the Washington team is about to punt. The Giants will be getting the ball back on their way to their second touchdown of the first quarter. So we look forward to the next drive and see what happens there. But so the Eagles come out and have a big win. Again, didn't watch much of that game. It was on my TV, but I did not get to watch any. I did not flip over to it. I was busy watching good football. So big.
What were you watching?
I think that was the early game. So I was watching a lot of the Pittsburgh game, a lot of the Jet game. So those were the two games I was watching, and that game was also on, but didn't think much of it. Now, Jeff, your beloved Dallas Cowboys are taking it tough. Randy Gregory's out for COVID this week, and they lost DeMarcus Lawrence. They're easily their best defensive player for the next month and a half to 2 months. I do see the half man has popped up. He's wearing some sort of garb on his head, Jeff. Are you prepared to let him on?
Yes.
Okay. He's on as Dominic is. We're introducing him as Dominic. There he is. What is he wearing on his head? Is that a Raider thing? Oakland. Okay, he's got an Oakland hat.
Oh, that's. Let's critique him for a minute.
Hold on, Dom.
All right. First of all, I'm going to go out on a limb and say he looks like a young African American.
Okay. He's
probably has a Black Lives Matter shirt on. The angle I'm going. He definitely looks like a young African American who thinks he's white. Tom, your thoughts?
Well, first off, Don, I want to say I'm glad to see you out of the hospital.
Not too, without a doubt, Tom.
We're glad to see you got a clean bill of health. I'm sure they didn't check you mentally, but we know physically you're healthy. That's good.
Defile your back door. Tom. He can't hear us, can he?
Thank you very much, guys.
There he is, Jeff.
Tom, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
There you are. Now you're much better, Dom, right there.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Say something. Say something.
Dom,
how we doing, boys?
All right.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
We can definitely hear you, Dom. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm on some sort of delay. I'm on some sort of delay.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
We're catching that, Dom. You are on a delay. We are not on a delay, but you are, but that's okay. So, Dom, how are you feeling?
Thank you very much.
He's on a bad delay. Wow, he's on a bad delay. Can you hear us, Dom?
I'm sorry. I had to boot Mr. Dom for a minute because let him try to get back on because I couldn't deal with that, Jeff. I can't keep going. Dom, you there, Dom? Dom, you there, Dom? Jeff, our technology is good right here.
Yeah, but if he pops back on, you got to take him.
I will take another shot at it. I figured let's try him. Let him try it again. Some interesting football games last week, Jeff.
Oh, no, hold on. I got questions about the half man. He is part of this show. In the battery of tests that the half man withstood, do you think they knocked on the back door?
Yes. They anal probes were part of the not necessarily part of the treatment or the check. It was part of fun for the staff.
Or was it requested by the patient?
No, it was not requested by the patient. It was requested by his family.
By his family?
Yes, family asked to be anally probed to see if he liked it.
But did he sign off on like accepting it?
He thought it was just part of playtime.
Oh wow. Okay.
Frank, yes, he had it. He did have a Raiders hat on. It's about the only thing I tell. Bad injury for the Giants. It looks like center Nick Gates is down with a bad injury. This is not a good thing for the New York Giants.
But how do you know it's a bad injury? What's making you say that?
The man is writhing in pain on the ground. They're checking his leg. I don't know if it's his ankle or the knee, but either way, losing Nick Gates, easily their best and most consistent offensive player and their captain, would be a huge, huge blow to the New York Giants. I don't
want to see anybody get hurt, especially this early in the season.
Yep.
So even I got to turn around and say, let's hear. I wanted to see them lose everything the old-fashioned way by horrible play.
That's true. That's true, Jeff. You don't want to have no excuses for the team. You don't want any excuses.
Nah. This is not good. But you know what? I'll take it.
All right. Well, the halfman has popped up on the radio version, so there won't be any visual aspect to it. I can get him on the radio, Jeff.
So what I think you should do is call in on the radio.
He's here now. I can bring him up anytime you're ready.
What? Be on the iPad so we could see him live, but communicate with him just.
We can tell him that. So let's get our
let's get him on. Go ahead.
Our good buddy on, John Genta. What's up, Dominic?
The iPads aren't working, so it was delayed and it just switched off. So I figured I'd just call in.
We while the visual is always better, Dom, it's nice to hear your voice. Again, I will say it. I am glad you got a clean bill of health and that you're home and everything seems to be okay. So we're glad to have you on.
Thank you very much, T. Thank you very much, Jeff.
How are you, Dom? Let me ask. How's the ACL doing, Dom?
Say again.
How's the ACL? Compared to Saquon Barkley, how's your ACL doing? Good?
Oh, my God. Here we go.
My ACL.
Yeah. Don't, Dom, just ignore him, Dom. Just ignore him. He's
No, I'm asking questions like that. I know he has some problems. How's the ACL? It's good, Dom?
Yeah, the ACL is good.
Yeah, unlike Saquon Barkley, who's had problems with his.
Here we go.
Can we talk about something important here? Raiders victory Monday night.
Real quick. Nick Gates is being loaded. I want to say onto a stretcher, but onto a stretcher, onto a car, onto the medical cart. This is not good for the New York Giants having Nick Gates go out this way. I don't know what's wrong with them. I have the volume off on the TV. I'm sure I'll find out.
They haven't shown no fucking replays, man.
They have not shown a replay. So to me, that probably means it's a gruesome injury. They do not. They usually show when a guy gets hurt. There's a lot of guys kneeling around him. So it is a big blow for the Giants. Let's not call it anything else. They've had a struggle on the offensive line. He's easily their best and most consistent guy, and their captain on the offensive line. And for him to go out like this, it's every man stepping up. But Nick Gates getting loaded onto a stretcher. So Dom, let's not take away from your beloved Oakland, Las Vegas Raiders. Excuse me. With a big win. Again, a little bit of a weird win, ugly win, but nonetheless, Dom, you got to be excited. I picked against them. So what's your thoughts?
First of all, the fans showed up big time, and that was the first question that everybody had was it going to be more corporate or was it going to be more Oakland Raiders, Los Angeles Raiders, old school Raider Nation fans? And I had a bunch of friends that went to the game, and they told me the stadium was rocking 2 hours before game time, and it was all black, all silver and black. You're gonna let me get my 2 minutes or what? Come on. Oh, butt pirates.
Sorry, Dom. That's Jeff. He's got controls tonight. So go ahead, Dom. Yes, I was curious the same as you, Dom. Were the fans going to show up, or was it going to be all corporate? And I think it's a nice thing that they traveled to that game. So that's a good thing for the Raiders.
The game was incredible. I mean, first of all, the fourth quarter alone, three tie games. The ending with the Raiders going downfield with 27 seconds left, and Carson kicking a 55-yard field goal to tie and sending it to overtime. The overtime touchdown that wasn't a touchdown. The interception off the helmet. And then the Lamar Jackson fumble again, and then the pass to Zay Jones downfield. It was just, I was like, I just got out of the hospital. I'm going right back in with another friggin' heart attack.
You know, Dom, I'm going to be a little bit of a negative Nancy. Jeff, can you allow me to be negative Nancy here for a minute, Jeff?
Go ahead.
You know, Dom, here's the thing. I think that the Raiders won. It was a good game for them. They needed a W. That's a tough division they're in, so any win they can get over a team that many people will pick to be a playoff team, there's nothing wrong with it. Having said that, the Ravens couldn't have played any worse. Fumbles, 2 big fumbles by their quarterback. A blown coverage at the end for the touchdown. You know, this was not a overpowering win for Las Vegas, but nonetheless, it's a good win. But give me your critique of that game real quick.
Well, first of all, Lamar Jackson has nothing. He had to try to make things happen all on his own. And you can see Gus Bradley, the new defensive coordinator, had a different scheme going about it where they were rushing him. They were rushing their front seven, was rushing all game long. Mad Max Crosby was a beast out there. 2 sacks, 5 quarterback hits, 1 forced fumble. He was a beast out there. He's definitely one of the best defensive players in the league, and they found a new receiver in Edwards that he was taken in the same draft as Henry Ruggs III. Edwards was a 3rd-round pick out of South Carolina. Ruggs was the 1st-round pick out of Alabama. He did nothing. He's done nothing since he's been here. And Edwards has been incredible this year. I mean, well, for the one game, but he's going to be more into their offense. If you want a little critique, Carr aimed or targeted, better word, Waller too many times. He targeted him.
Dom, hold on. I got a Hard Rocket Sports exclusive. Jeff, Saquon Barkley, 4 rushes, 46 yards. Just wanted to drop that.
That's half his career fucking yardage.
4 rushes, 46 yards with the new center. Giants looking impressive. Sorry, Dom, go ahead.
Gus Bradley, the new defensive coordinator, had the front 7 rushing all day long. Lamar Jackson, as you know, elusive as he is as a quarterback, probably the best running quarterback in the league, was pressured all game long. Like I said, the only negative thing was I think Carr targeted Waller too many times in the first half. He targeted him 19 times. You can't aim at one tight end that many times. You got to spread out the offense a little more. And that's what they did in the second half, where they made their comeback and came back into the game.
Dom, do you think that that Carr is going to be able to keep up a high level of play throughout the season?
If you look at he has the most quarterback comeback wins since 2015. He has 26 comeback wins. It's the most in the league. If you look at his stats, he has stats the way your favorite quarterback, Stafford, from when he was with Detroit Lions. He put up big numbers, but he didn't win. And that's what Carr does. He puts up huge numbers. If you look at his numbers over the last 10 years, they're top 10 in every single category.
Yeah.
It was so. His defense was so bad, you didn't see it. He played.
Again, Dom, good win by your team in front of good fans. I mean, listen, the place at the stadium looks great. You have any plans to go out and see this place for the first time?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not going to go this year, obviously, because of the pandemic and the COVID and everything. Mm-hmm. I don't know the restrictions. The tickets, Tom, I mean, I looked at StubHub, this, that, whatever. For one seat, it's like $400 to $600.
Wow.
Really? One seat, and that's upstairs.
Wow. Crazy. Wow. Hey, Dom, you know, there was a lot of talk on the chatter. A lot of chatter. I call it the chatter. That's all these little state radio shows and TV shows about Derek Carr on Tuesday. And the questions were, is David Carr elite? Is David Carr, I'm sorry, David, I'm calling David. It's Derek Carr. Is Derek Carr an elite quarterback, a good quarterback? Where you're a Raider fan, you've watched him his whole career. Give me something on where at this point in his career, is Derek Carr an elite quarterback?
Do you have to be an elite quarterback to win the Super Bowl?
No, it helps though.
Okay, how many Super Bowls did Drew Brees win? Did Aaron Rodgers win? They are elite quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. Listen, okay. I'm not dumb. I'm honestly not trying to pick on the guy. I'm just curious. As a Raider fan, I don't consider him an elite quarterback. There were a lot of people calling him elite. I'm curious. A guy who watches every down of every Raider game. Where do you put him?
I put him as a good top 10 quarterback that can get the job done.
Okay, fair enough. But all right, so
they have the offensive weapons now. They can get the job done. They have the good running back with Jacobs. They have good receivers with Waller as a tight end. Edwards, Hunter Renfrow is a third down beast.
Well, let me ask you something, Don, because
they got a defense now. Gus Bradley coming over from the Chargers is an excellent defensive coordinator, and he showed that in the first game, putting pressure. The Raiders had the least amount of sacks last year in the league, and they started Crosby with 2 sacks immediately.
Yeah, Jeff.
A couple years ago, you were saying that there's a chance that he's going to be, elite quarterback in this league. and this was a couple years ago, and not for nothing, but the Raiders stuck with him. Is he going to be the elite quarterback you imagined?
What is elite? Define elite.
You know, worthwhile. Watch him play. Is he going to be a leader? Is he going to be a leader in this league?
Tom, can you pull up his stats for last year? Touchdowns, yards, interceptions?
Are there people that are afraid of Carl when he comes to their stadiums?
Good question. That's a fair question.
All right, probably not. But you know what? I'd rather them not be afraid of him and underestimate him.
Dom, which one you want?
He's going to be underestimated for so long, Dom. People are going to catch on.
Derek Carr stats last year at age 29, 8-8 for the season, 348 out of 517, 67% completion percentage, 4,100 yards, 27 TDs, 9 interceptions. I don't know what that is. Well, I guess that's rushing.
Okay, 27-9, 4,000 yards. That's not a top 10 quarterback. Top 5
his QBR rating,
stats?
but his QBR was only 71.
Okay, where did that rank him?
I don't know. They do not give me the rankings on that. I'd have to go look that. I'd have to go look that up somewhere else.
You need more time to look that up.
Yeah, it's and be honest, it's not that important. I'm just.
You know what? You could go on ESPN real quick and look up stats and look on in year 2020, and it'll give you where he stood. But it sounds not for nothing, Don. 4,100 yards is, I don't want to say pedestrian by today's passing yard standards, but it's not like he's lighting the league on fire either.
Dom, he reminds me a lot of Stafford, is in the sense that he's a good quarterback. He puts up numbers, but again, where's the big game? Everybody's raving about Stafford, and I say the same thing. Call me when he wins the big game. Call me when he wins a big one.
Did I just make that reference?
I'm just saying. I didn't say you didn't. I'm just
90 seconds.
So
he's got 90 seconds to half man.
Yeah, half man's will be done in 90 seconds, and we're waiting on it.
You got to hit him one more time.
I got to hit him one more time, Dom. We always love you. Dom,
Pirates.
Where are they? Who the Raiders got this week, Dom?
In Pittsburgh.
Oh, yes, very good game. I mean, it's a very interesting game. Two teams I didn't count on much. Could make a very good game. Again, John, old rivalry, Dom. What's your thoughts, Dom?
60 seconds.
Well, if their front seven plays like they're capable of playing and play like they did against Baltimore, Ben Roethlisberger is not as movable and as Lamar Jackson. If they can get to him, they may be able to get to him 4 or 5 times a game. They get 4 or 5 sacks on him in the game, they could be right in the game.
Interesting, very interesting. Jeff, anything you want to finish up with the half man? Dom, we'd like to see you more often. We'd like to get your internet worked out so we can get you on here with the helmet. That's always a plus.
That's basically all I want to see. I'm just happy that he's okay.
Absolutely.
We can have him on. That's the most important thing.
I'll tell you the truth, boys. AJ had it last. I don't know where he put it, so I got to go through his room and try to find it.
Oh, boy. Dom,
10
listen.
seconds.
I love you. I'm glad you're healthy. I'm glad you're out of the hospital and doing well. Hopefully, we'll get to see you and Alicia soon. And either way, we're here every Thursday night. We're here on every Sunday morning on the Sunday Audible, so you're welcome to pop in anytime.
Thank you, T. Thank you, Jeff. Miss you, boys.
See you soon, Dom, man. Be good, huh?
You got it, Dominic. Take care, buddy.
Take care, boys.
That's the end of the radio show, although I could have technically kept him alive, but, I was looking to kill the show again, guys. We're waiting on Jack Frost.
Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Big pass down the field for Taylor Heineke. The first down for the thing. Some big games this weekend, Jeff, in college football. I want to do. I think our guest has popped up. Jeff, just real quick. Big games in college football this week. To me, Oklahoma, Nebraska. While Nebraska's not a big, a great team right now, my favorite team. It's an old rivalry game. So Oklahoma, Nebraska, Jeff, Notre Dame, Purdue, Alabama, Florida are big games. Penn State, Auburn at night on ABC is a very big game. Penn State playing well so far. So some big games, Jeff. After we finish with Jack, maybe we'll get back. We'll do semi or not So we'll do that.
Yeah, whatever you want to do, man.
Okay, but right now, guys, I think there's a fight on the field in the Giant game. Giants up 7-0, getting with about a minute left in the first quarter. So good. Looks like our beloved Big Blue having a decent game to start, which they need over the Washington, we call them here, Redskins football team by everybody else's thing. Good, guys, remember, Hard Rocket Sports Air every Thursday night, 7 to 9:30. Jeff and I doing our best. We still got some Iron Maiden stuff to get to tonight and a little bit more football. But right now, Jeff, we have a guest on the phone. I'm not going to keep him holding, Jeff, any longer. I don't care what you tell me.
I didn't say anything, man. I'm waiting on you. Come on, let's get him up here, man.
There you guys again, guys. He's here to promote his new project, Brothers in Arms, and he is, of course, a local guy. Jeff, not far over the bridge from Jeff and up the road from me in Jersey City. He is Jack Frost. Jack, welcome to Hard Rock Sports.
Hey guys, how are you, man?
Terrific. How are you doing?
Good, man.
I know you're just getting off of doing some teaching. That's some of your big Thursday night.
Yes.
How long
Thursday night?
How long you been doing teaching? Do you still have a lot of students? How does that work?
I've been teaching probably on and off for 20 years. I ran a school of rock for a very long time, and now I'm just teaching privately at a small place. So it's a lot of fun, man. Kind of, a lot of young kids and a lot of older people too. So I enjoy it.
As a kid, I took guitar lessons like everybody else, and you went to some strange guy's house and you handed him $20. Now it seems to be all Zoom and stuff like that. How is teaching now, especially now in the age of YouTube and Google? How has teaching music changed over the last 20 years or plus?
You know what, man? During the whole COVID thing, which is still unfortunately still going on.
Yep.
But I tried to do the Zoom thing. Like, I love doing stuff like this because it's fun. We get to talk, we get to hang out. But teaching on Zoom, it's really hard, especially when you have younger kids, because you can't literally show them where to move their finger. You can tell them. It's just, for me, I'm not a big fan of it. And still in all, there's a lot of great teachers out there on YouTube, and you can sign up for things. But me, I'm old school. The old days, I had an LP, take my needle, and I used my ear, and that's how I would learn. That a lot of kids don't do that. Or the guy on YouTube showed me how to play Eruption. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but they don't get the real feel of it, I don't think, without a teacher in a room.
Yeah, I've had a few people on the show, and friends of ours, Jeff and I go back 40 years, and we have a lot of friends who teach or who are really good players, and they all say the same thing, that the youth of today are robbed from really learning the instrument and music and developing an ear, because they are not sitting in their room at 2:00 in the morning with a set of headphones on, trying to pick off, Eruption or some Iron Maiden song in the middle of the night. So
you're right.
Yeah.
Is it more so that you guys feel that it's not being earned? You know what I mean? We're all in the same age bracket. We listen to the same music, that you earned to play the song because you had to figure out note after note after note.
Dude, you said it perfect, because I feel like it's almost cheating a little bit. Like, it's like, even if the guy doesn't have it perfect, I know some of these guys, they'll get you in the ballpark. Like, they're playing, I don't know, a Zeppelin song. And kids will come in, I learned this. And I'm like, yeah, or they'll learn Crazy Train or something. And I'm like, that's not right. But I agree with you. I think that the kids got lazy. And, it's cool to watch how somebody plays something, at least get you in the ballpark. But you should still sit there and use your ear. God gave you ears. Use them. It's like, I don't know. That's my opinion. But
I don't know. That's valid.
And right.
Yeah.
I use YouTube and tabs and stuff, a whole bunch of different ways to learn songs when I have to learn a song.
Right.
So I am the people that you guys are talking about right now. But I'll admit that, because my ear sucks. But the one thing I do is what you just said, which is find a video that gets me in the neighborhood.
Right.
And I just constantly play and play and play and play and play. And I may pick out a note here, a note there, and then I eventually get it right. So a 3-minute song may take me a week to learn, but by the time I'm done with it, it's like 98% complete. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
But I understand exactly what you're saying, and I agree. I agree.
I mean, back in the day, you bought Guitar World, Guitar Player, and there was the music in there.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
if you're gonna do that, do that. I mean, and don't get me wrong, dude. A lot of guys are great teachers online. I'm more of like a hands-on guy. Like, just
Oh.
Well, I agree with you. Even though I'm one of the ones that do it, I know guys, and I'm sure we all do. They'll listen to a song, be like, "Oh, I know that song," and then you could be in the studio with them, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's it." And next thing you know, they go off and they play the whole song from beginning.
Yeah, some guys are just ridiculous. Like,
I'm not that guy.
yeah, I'm not that guy either. I gotta work on it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, something you did work on is something I want to talk about tonight, and that is the release of your new band, your new project, Brothers in Arms. And I'm going to ask you a couple tough questions along the way here. But tell us how this came together. Was this a brainchild during the hiatus of the pandemic? Is this something that's been brewing for a while? I see there's a lot of great players involved. Tell us about how Brothers in Arms came together.
18 months ago, when the world shut down, a lot of people got depressed. A lot of people went different ways. I said, I'm going to use this time to get myself as a better player. Because you know what, man? All these years went by. I've been playing, making records, touring. I don't get to really work on my guitar like I used to because I don't have the time. So I just started to really go back what I learned in school, what I learned at GIT. I just wanted to learn to play again. And as I'm sitting there, I'm a huge Ronnie Montrose freak, a huge Randy Rhoads guy. And I've always wanted to make a rock album. Don't get me wrong. I love the metal I play. I love the bands I've been in. But I still look up at guys like Ronnie Montrose, Neil Schon, Gary Moore, Richie Blackmore. I wanted to make a record that had that old school, in your face. When you first heard Zeppelin, you first heard Montrose, that, Y&T. That's really how it all came together. I just wanted to take people back to a time when music was innocent, raw, and in your face. And that's really how it all started.
Okay, now I know Jeff's got some questions, but I want to just stay on topic of the new album before we get to some of your career outside of this band. Now I see the lineup is for the first single. Is this lineup of Andrew Freeman and Carl Wilcox, Alex Jansen, Charlie Cav? Is that the guys who did the majority of the album? Because I see there's other guys who are involved in this. Keith St. John. I'm not Keith St. John. I'm sorry, I got but there were other guys in here. Paul Shortino. There were some other guys on this album too. So what's the lineup, the true lineup for the band for this band?
Well, the rhythm section, the backbone of the band is Carl Wilcox on drums from Diamond Head, Charlie Calv on keyboards from Angel, Alex Jansen's a session player for Hardline and Scorpions, and then there were a few guests like David Model from Aria Speedwagon played a solo. Nick Mahan played bass on one song. But then there's 7 singers, and they took turns singing on it. Andrew Freeman from Last in Line, he's on the first single. Keith St. John from Montrose, Kingdom Come, Burning Rain, he's on the second single, Bitch is Crazy. And oh my God, there's so many amazing guys in this. Paul Shortino from Rough Cut. Nick Walsh from a band from Canada called Slick Toxic and Moxie. He's awesome, man. He's like a younger Sebastian Bach. I've got Steve Overland from FM, the big UK band. If guys don't know about him, if you love like Foreigner and that Lou Gramm style singing. And then I have Jesse Damon from Silent Rage. And then there's a guy that I really fell in love with, Todd Poole from Roxy Blue. He's got that Memphis kind of swing. So each one of these guys we would send music to, and they would just, wow, man. I literally feel like I did this much on this record because everybody involved really, really made it come together. Like those singers are just the nicest guys to work with. They're just so pro, man. So it's a full band. So it's a little different having 7 singers,
Well, and that's interesting now. But is the idea to just put out singles and an album, or is this band going to go out on the road? And if so, what's the lineup going to be out on the road?
It will definitely be like I said, the meat and potatoes, the drums, bass, guitar, and keyboards, and then like say we go out to the West Coast, it'll be Keith, Andrew, Paul, Jesse.
Okay.
And then, Midwest, we have Nick to come. So it's kind of cool too if you think about this. We go out, do our album, a 50-minute record. And then each guy that's singing will do some of their history. Kingdom Come, the Last in Line. I mean, it's going to be cool, man, because and we're going to do like a Montrose song and a Zeppelin song. So, and a lot of people go, this is a cool project. This is a band. We plan on making many, many more records. I mean, honestly, this was the easiest record I've ever made, and no drama. Nobody had attitudes. I mean, these guys they don't need to play with me, man. Guys like Keith, he gets called all the time. I mean, Andrew's filling in for Firehouse, but they just really believed in this album. And man, did they really, wow, they just killed, man. They killed.
No, and I think the concept of it is nice because you can see the band in a couple different locations and see different people singing it, so you'd get a different vibe from that.
Right.
Do you worry? And I know that's all professional guys out there, so this may be a dumb question, but do you worry about the chemistry of the band when you're interchanging singers during the night, and then depending on what city you're headed to, might be different guys? Do you worry about the chemistry on stage with the band?
You know what, man? These guys are so pro that they just come. They're so ready, man. That like I've done stuff with Andrew before. I've done stuff with Keith before. No, I don't worry because they're just up here, man. They have their crap together. They don't come in and go, I'm going to phone it in, man. They're on point all the time. Recording, stage presence. And you know what, man? A lot of people ask me this question. Well, is it going to be egos live? No, we're just like the best of friends. How can you say that? It's like these guys are truly brothers, and it's great. Everybody has their space, and everybody just brings so much to the table.
Again, so here's the kind of jerk off question I got to ask it.
Fine, ask me.
Yeah, I got to ask it, and please don't take offense to it but I got to ask it. So there's been a lot of bands like this out there. Bands, like Kill Devil Hill. Just the one that jumps out to my head off the bat. And there's been so many of them where a bunch of really great musicians get together, they make an album, they try to go out on the road, it works, it doesn't work, and then the second album, it's a whole new lineup, or it's a whole new. And I say that people like myself, like Jeff, people who go out buy albums, who go to concerts, you kind of want to get behind the band, the guys who are in it. It's different from a sports team where you root for the jersey. In a band, you're rooting for the player. Right. I like Jack Frost's sound. I like Wilcox's his beats.
That's cool.
Right.
That's not a jerk off question. That's awesome.
No. I didn't finish it. Here comes the jerk off part. Here comes the jerk off part. So the jerk off part is, why should fans really believe the fact that this band is going to be not short term? It's going to be here for a 2, 3, 4 album run with tours and really be behind it without major lineup changes.
You know why they could be behind it? Because we wanted to make something fun for once. They're really special. A lot of these bands, it just sounds like, okay, we have a band together. This was supposed to be a trip back to when we all grew up, when we would be at L'Amour's, we'd be at the you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'd go to the Empire. I would live it out in LA. I would be going to FM stage. Dude, I mean, the Roxy, the Whiskey, and it was fun. The thing with this band is we really like each other, and we all know all the stuff that we've done before in different bands we've been in, and this guy's got an ego. We already know that coming into this. We just did this because we just want people to smile. So that's why people should get behind this, because I'm going to keep this together, man. I love the guys I work with. It was too easy not to make more records. It was just too easy. There wasn't any days where I said, oh my God, I got to finish this song. I just never want to work with this guy again. It was never like that. And you bring up bands like Kill Devil Hill. They're a great band, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Johnny Kelly's one of my dearest friends in the world. I don't think they really wanted things to go the way it did, but things happen, people change, but all I can say to you is the main base of this band will stay together. Hey, we might have some different singers on the next record too, because there were a couple of guys that we wanted to get on this record, but of course, time was, people couldn't get it together because they had 3 other albums they were working on. So I promise you, there will be many, many more records from this band.
I'm glad to hear that, because I love the tone. I love the single that I heard. I haven't had a chance to listen to the whole album, but I do want to get on, and I have to ask that because it's something we talk about here all the time. Is you want to get behind bands, and you're almost afraid to,
right?
And you're almost afraid to invest in the albums and going out and seeing the bands, and the next time going, oh, well, they changed guitar players. It kind of changed the sound. So I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you understood the question. I'm going to turn it over to Jeff for a couple of minutes, and then I want to come back and finish up with you. So, Jeff, go ahead. Hold on, Jeff. Again, we're talking with Jack Frost. He's here promoting his new band, Brothers in Arms, and their self-titled debut album, which I believe is out. Second single's out. The new album drops on the 24th, so make sure you guys check it out. I'll get Jack to give some websites and all that, but let's turn it over to Jeff. Go ahead, Jeff.
Jack, how you doing? I gotta ask you a couple questions about an old band you were in, the Bronx Casket Company, which I'm a huge fan of.
Thank you.
And I stumbled upon you guys pretty much by accident. I was probably reading something online about Overkill and found out that Dee Dee was in the band. How was it? I'm sure that you liked Overkill and everything, because you said L'Amour's, so you had to see Overkill there at least once.
1,000 times.
Yeah, there you go. How was it to play in a band with Dee Dee Verney, knowing what he was like in Overkill, and then Bronx Casket Company is like a completely different band? How did that all come about?
Well, I don't know if you know this. Dee Dee owned a studio in Red Bank, New Jersey called Gear. So I was friends with Dee Dee for a long time, and I had my first band, Frostbite. We were rehearsed there, and I was doing Seven Witches at the time. And Dee Dee goes, hey, do you want to work here? I need somebody to kind of, it was like a rehearsal room and stuff. And a lot of bands practiced there, like Symphony X. It was like a cool studio, almost like Staten Island when you had the Red, the Red studio there and stuff.
Redline?
Yeah, Redline. Yep. Steve's place.
Yes. I used to play there.
Me too, man. That place was awesome. So, me and Dee Dee just became really good friends. And Dee Dee goes, hey, man, I want to do something different. I go, count me in. I didn't even hear what he did yet, but I was like, count me in. So he sent me some stuff to check out, and we would hang out all the time. And I'm like, this is cool. This has got that Danzig typo kind of feel to it, little zombie-ish. So it was kind of crazy because he's like, do you know, he already had Tim Mallory. He used to be in Overkill. Tim's such a great drummer. So it was like, at first it started out with me, Dee Dee, and Tim. And then he goes, I need to get a good keyboard player. And Charlie Calv is an old friend for 30 years. I called Charlie up. I said, hey, Charlie, I got this really cool project that we're working on. We want to make it a band. And he came down and it just worked out. Dude, Dee Dee is such a great player and such a great songwriter that he just brought these great songs that I was into. So then the biggest problem was finding a singer at first. So I knew this guy named Mike Hideous. And Mike filled in with the Misfits, and he had the Empire Hideous. So I go, Dee Dee, we got to go see this guy, Mike. You're going to love him. So we go to Hoboken. They were playing, and he goes, that's the guy. So we started to get this record together. We went up to Connecticut. We did our first record, and we did a couple of shows. And for some reason, as he was saying, things don't work out. I don't think Mike Hart was really into it. And Dee Dee goes, I want to do more. I'm like, we can't break this up. And then Dee Dee took over vocals, and that's how it started, man. We made some great records. Kind of bummed that it I don't want to say it ended, but it's kind of hard to have two bands like an Overkill and a Casket. Overkill is such a historic, band that started that whole scene, And for him to put that aside a lot and go out with Casket, it took away from Overkill. And I understood that. That's his baby, Him and Blitz, man, that's their baby. So, it kind of ended in a way it never ended. The band never broke up. We just put out amazing box set like 6 months ago.
Yes.
And it's cool, right? There's a lot of B songs. And
I love the Queen song on there, man. Holy shit.
Dude.
That is great.
Dude, I love Dee Dee. So is the casket closed? There you go.
Yeah. Good one, man.
I don't ever think it's closed. And if you ever saw us live, it was cool, man. Like, Overkill.
I love to see that band live. Did you guys tour at all?
We did a lot of cool stuff. We opened up for Ezio.
Okay.
We did some stuff in Worcester. We did one of the metal festivals up there. We did a lot of cool stuff. We even played Dingbats, and that was awesome. Because Dee Dee Verney will not go in and do something like, all right, we're going to plug and play. It's going to be an Overkill show. It's going to have strobes going. It's going to have a great sound. We had caskets, like our guitar cabinets were all painted like coffins. It was cool, man. It was cool.
That is cool. I had actually heard at one point that you guys didn't do any live shows. That's why I had to ask.
No, we did. We probably did more than a handful.
I wish I was able to catch one of them. Did you see the new stuff that Dee Dee is doing now?
Dude, about a month ago, maybe it came out. The video came out. As soon as I saw it, because I love the Stray Cats, I love Brian Seltzer. But as soon as I saw the video, dude, I picked up my phone. I'm like, dude, I love this. And you got to understand something. Me and Dee Dee, we're not just friends. We're family. And he's like, and I'll ask his opinion too. He goes, seriously, did you like it? I go, dude, it was great. He nailed it, dude. The videos are badass.
Yes.
I love it. And I told him, I said, it kind of goofy coming from me, but I said, I'm so proud of you, dude. Because think about it. You have Overkill, and then you did this more gothic thing. And now you're doing this swing, like totally big band, like, Lawrence Welk meets like Buddy Rich kind of stuff. And he's like, well, thanks, man. And I just thought it was awesome. And I can't wait to see them play.
Yeah. I hope maybe to catch them. I kind of swore off a live show, so I got to watch what I say in front of Tommy.
Yeah, we were going to a lot of live shows before the pandemic, and Jeff said he announced it after the Kiss one. We went to see Kiss at the Garden, and he said he announced it shortly thereafter. I'm not going to any more live shows. That's it. I'm out.
Why?
That's what I said. We're still young.
You know what? I'm 55.
Right,
I just turned 55 in July.
We're babies.
It feels like so much work to get to a show now. You got to go. You got to leave work early. You got to get to the show. You got to be there. Got to get something to eat. God forbid you got to go to the bathroom more than once. It's a pain in the ass. I'd rather wait for the fucking DVD.
Yeah, here's one problem. Here's what I have a problem with. Why does every show have to be a Tuesday or a Wednesday night? Why can't they have a show on a Saturday night? Because I gotta tell you, it would make it so much easier. But Jeff's right to a certain extent. We saw Black Sabbath. That was a Thursday night or a Wednesday night. We saw this was like a Tuesday night. We're not young whippersnappers. We get up at 4 o'clock to go to work. You go to a concert. You get home 1 a.m. You have to go to work the next day. Jack, you gotta talk to the guys in the industry. They gotta start having a couple of weekend gigs. So
I agree with you guys like that. But remember, think about when we were younger. Dude, I remember leaving my house. I live in Hillsborough now, New Jersey, but I grew up in Jersey City. I remember going with my friends, driving to L'Amour's, and not coming home till Sunday. Somehow we just stayed at L'Amour's, and back-to-back nights, whoever was playing, like we didn't care. Or we had 3 hours sleep. Who cared? It was like,
but that was a different time. Tommy brings up the shows. We went to go see Saxon and UFO a few years ago with BB King's, and Saxon was playing, and they were good. But after a while, we're looking at one another like, when the fuck are they going to stop? When are they going to stop?
Let's get to UFO.
I just want to see UFO and go to fuck home at this point in time. And then he had to go to Jersey. I live in Staten Island, so we had to go from the city to Staten Island, and he had to go home. And with I'm fucking exhausted. Let's pull over in the tunnel and take a nap. That's how tired I am.
I agree with you, man. I know it's like, but you know what? It's funny. That's why I made this record, because that's what this record's all about. That era when we just didn't care.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, do you remember seeing 4 or 5 shows a week, right? It was just normal. You could go, and you would drive 3 hours. I would drive to Long Island to Nassau. I didn't care.
Yeah.
No, when you're in your 20s, it's remarkable the resiliency of a 20-something-year-old metalhead. So especially back in the day when we were in our 20s, and bands like Maiden and Priest and even the lesser, little lesser bands were still running around out there. There's like Twisted Sister. You go see a show, and it didn't matter how much sleep you got. But nowadays, it's a little more. We need a little more planning, Jack. So,
I know, brother. I haven't been out, but I'm going to see the Dead Daisies on Saturday, and then I'm going to New York Sunday to see Tesla. I'm going to be shot.
Is Glenn Hughes still playing, singing? Yeah, you got to. Yeah, we had the opportunity to get them on the show, and it fell apart at the end. And it was before Glenn was singing. If I would,
John.
Yes,
that
with
was
John
great.
Corabi.
That was awesome too.
Yes, again, they really did make some great music. I have to tell you, the Dead Daisies is another one of those bands. Along with Chickenfoot started, and they did. What's the one with Billy Sheehan and Portnoy?
Winery Dogs.
Winery Dogs. The Winery Dogs is another band that you can get behind. Those guys, even though they don't put out stuff a lot, they play great stuff. And I saw them live at Eddie Trunk's birthday bash or anniversary bash a few years ago.
Yeah.
And they were absolutely amazing. So that's why, Jack, bands like yours, you see the talent, you listen to it, and you go, wow, this is really good. And you go, do I invest the money? Do I invest the time and effort? And you go, man, I hope so, because this is what you want to listen to. So I hope you guys stick with it. I hope you guys can get out there, get a little steam behind it.
We will, because you know what? It's funny. A couple of times people go, oh, here's Jack Frost with his new project. I'm like, guys, don't say project. This is not, I try to tell people, this is really something I'm really dear about, man. And I know a lot of people say that, oh, we're dear about it. But there's just something that made me so happy about making this record. And I really hope the audience listens to give it a shot. It's really going to take you back. It really is. If you want to hear it, Maiden or Priest, this is not Maiden or Priest.
No,
this is classic rock. I'm sorry, I love 80s hair metal, and I hate when people say, "Oh, you can't say hair metal." But man, my hair was out to here. I used to go to L'Amour's when Manowar played, and I walked in. I was proud of my hair, and I always laugh about Joey because we're old friends. I'd be like, dude, I used to walk in L'Amour's, and you'd be like, "Death to False Metal," and I'd be like, right there where my hair. I didn't care.
Yeah, we have Russ on. Russ all the time. Russ the Boss, one of our favorite guests here. Big giant fan. Real thing, last thing for me. Daniel Jones going the distance for a touchdown, 60 yards. Jeff, you're sucking it, Jeff.
He ran another touchdown.
But wait, it's a flag on the play, so it may be coming back. We'll see. But one thing I loved about and really drew me to when I got the thing from Hadley and Chip was your reference to Badlands. One of the most underrated albums and bands ever. And give me a second on you kind of put that in your bio here for the band. Give me something on Badlands and Jake and the tone and how that affected this album.
Oh my God! Was that?
Whoa.
I could hear.
I don't know where that came from.
People are yelling in the back. The Giants score.
Oh yeah, they did, but I don't know if it's coming back on a penalty or not yet. Daniel Jones just ran for 60 yards, but I saw a flag on the play. So I'm saying is Badlands and J.P. Lee and your reference to that album and how it played. That's one of the most underrated bands. And Jake's really one of the most underrated. Yeah, that came back, didn't score, but he did gain 30 yards. One of the most underrated bands, and Jake's one of the most underrated guitar players. Tell me how that tone and that album affected this album.
I mean, dude, listen. He came from Ozzy, first of all, okay? When you leave Ozzy, it's pretty hard for some guys. I mean, Zach made a career, but when you leave Ozzy, it's like you just left, the presidency pretty much, you know what I mean? But Jake came out so raw on the day. I mean, all three Badlands records, but that first record, he just had this fire in his playing, and I loved how he kept it raw. It wasn't all polished like Ultimate Sin was.
Right.
It was just like he went back to like that 70s feel. And
Yes.
he does stuff on the guitar. You know, his thing was a Marshall amp and a Charvel, and his tone on that record. No one's ever, you know, it's like he found that Brown sound that Eddie Van Halen had. He just had it. It was just, dude, when I heard that first song, Live Wire, I was like, High Wire, what is this? What is this new thing? And then, you know, then you have Ray Gillen, God rest his soul, one of the greatest, underrated
absolutely,
to ever be in the business.
Yep.
I mean, Ray could sing like an angel. But dude, that dude was like everything rock and roll was. He was Robert Plant, Steven Tyler, Glenn Hughes, all wrapped into one, and one of the sweetest guys you ever want to meet. Like, that record just hit me so hard, dude. Like, I saw Badlands a bunch of times, and people that never got the chance to see Badlands, that's like never getting to see Led Zeppelin.
Wow.
It was, to this day, man, I would just listen to that record and it inspired me to want to be a better player and a better songwriter.
Wow, that's high praise. That's high praise for and again, a great band, a very underrated band, and some great music by them. And he's Jack Frost. He's here not promoting his new project, as he told us. He's promoting his new band that it's going to be around a long time. And Jack, do me a favor before we let you go. I really do appreciate it. Give me some websites and some social media stuff that people can follow you guys.
You can check us out on DecoEntertainment.com. They also have Deco Entertainment Facebook. But Brothers in Arms Facebook, that's where everybody is. And guys, do me a favor. Check out guys like Keith St. John and Andrew Freeman. Those guys are amazing singers, man. They are like the new school, old school guys that they're so talented. Like I said, man, I'm just a part of this band. These guys really brought it together. Check out their history. They're amazing. And guys, thanks so much for having me on your show. And I'm a big sports guy. So
great.
It really meant a lot to me, like being on here tonight too, because I think like there's nothing like Sunday for football. That's my life. Don't call me on Sunday. I'm watching football.
Well, it's same in this room. So we're glad you popped up with it. We're thrilled that we worked it in. We tried to get you on a couple weeks ago, early in the evening, and we know you teach, but Jack, you're always welcome here. We'd love to have you back down the line when you
anytime, man. Please let me know what you guys think of the record. It means a lot to me. Like, please give it a listen. It's really a labor of love, man. We didn't put this record out to make money. We put it out because we just really love the music, man.
All right, Jeff, final words?
No, just thank you for spending some time with us, man. I'm going to listen to the new album. You know that I've told you I listened to the Bronx Casket Company, so it was definitely cool to talk to you. I love that album.
Thank you, man. I'll tell
the box set was great, so thank you for spending some time with us, man. It's really cool when guys like you will spend time with us and not thinking they're all high and mighty. So thank you, man. We enjoyed the time.
High and mighty. I gotta go walk my dog after this. I mean,
yeah, me too. But you know
what, dude?
We all like to play once in a while, you know.
I just want to say this. I am such not a rock star. I'm just a normal dude. I'm a dad with kids and my dog. I'm just very lucky that I got to have a career playing music. I'm very fortunate. I say that all the time. It's the facts.
Well, we're fortunate to have you tight. Real quick before you go, Giants or Jets? Where do you line up?
I'm a Giant fan until they benched Eli. I can't get over that to this day.
You're right. You're swinging sweet music to Jeff's ears.
I just to this day, you don't bench your legacy. Your man is taking you to 2 Super Bowls. You bench him? I don't even want to say
they ripped the rug right out from underneath them. They didn't give a shit what he did. The streak gone. They made Eli cry. They made him cry.
You saw everybody was behind Eli. Tom Brady, they all said that was wrong, and they respected him.
Yeah.
Listen, as a big time, long time Giant fan, I agree. You could have benched him for a lot of guys, not Geno Smith.
Not Geno Smith.
You cannot.
But you know what? That's what made it even better. As a Jet fan, that's what made it even better. They fucking benched All they had to do was look across the hall at what this fucking guy couldn't do, and they benched their fucking star for Geno Smith. Geno Smith.
I love him.
There we go.
I mean,
Jack.
if it was Tom Brady.
Oh God! Oh my God! I gotta go cry myself. Oh my God!
You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome.
Jack, I appreciate you coming on. Listen, like I said, when things start to heat up again, we'd love to have you come back. We'll talk more sports with you, and of course, we'll talk about Brothers in Arms.
Sounds awesome, guys.
We wish you luck. Good luck with the teaching, and good luck with the game tonight and everything else. Jack, please come on back to Hard Rockin' Sports.
Anytime, man. God bless, guys. Be safe. All
Hey,
right?
tell your friends. Tell Dee Dee Vernon. We've been trying to get him on for years onto the show. We can't get him on. But pass it on to other people that were out here. We'd love to have him.
I tell him about the casket and everything, too.
We
Yeah,
appreciate
please,
that.
man.
Be safe,
Would love to
man.
talk to Dee Dee, man. That'd be really cool.
Take care, Jack.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
See you later, man.
That's Jack Frost. Good guy. Good dude, Jeff.
Yeah, very nice,
And
man.
the
Very
music's
nice
great. I
guy.
gotta tell you, I listened to the first couple of singles. Not bad stuff, man. I'm gonna dig deep into this one. He's such a good guy. How can we not try and?
Yeah, no. Listen, I hear you. I've been working a lot this week, and with prepping. So,
Yeah.
a brand new little book for this. I've been diving deep, man, and it was cool to have him on.
Absolutely. Just for the record, like I said, Giants up 10-7. Daniel Jones had a beautiful 60-yard run callback on a holding penalty. He did regroup, get them down to about the 5, and they took a field goal. Washington is now driving down the field. So 10-7 Giants with about 2.25 left in the second quarter. And the defense has played reasonably well. So it's a good game so far. I will be jumping on it to the end, Jeff. It's that time. It's 9:37. We both have had long weeks.
Well, I got just about 12 or 13 weeks to the big Christmas get-together, man, just so you know.
Oh, okay. That's right.
I did tell the wife about it.
Okay. She's
And I
having
told
everybody over, having us over.
Yeah, I told her, I said I had Tommy. We were talking about it on the show. We're going to have the antipasto without a doubt.
All right. Then I'm absolutely in. I'm looking forward to that. I love a good antipasta, Jeff. I'm always curious to see how everybody makes everybody has their signature part of the antipasta that they put together. So I'm looking
what I'm looking for, I got to be honest with you. I got to tell my wife too. I'm not going to be able to do it this weekend because I got to work, but maybe next weekend.
Mhm.
What I'm looking for, I need the perfect tray.
Ooh, it is important.
Yeah, I need the perfect tray.
Yes.
Because
yeah.
I need a tray with some compartments.
Yes.
Not too many compartments.
Well, it's got to be compartment because some things you're going to put on have a little bit of their own juice.
Yes,
You want to keep them a little bit separate.
Of course.
The mixing of the juice is also a big part of it. So
Depends on what we're doing now.
that's true. That's true. Mixing of juice can be taken a different way.
Yes, you can.
Absolutely. So yes, we're looking forward to that. We're also around the corner from the next big holiday jam with the boys. I would imagine we're going to be doing that this year.
We should really start throwing some feelers out and see what's going on, who's involved. Some people have not heard from since the last holiday jam. You found it.
Oh, it's never far. It's in a little. I have a little moose cup that was bought for me in Florida. I have a little moose shot cup.
Okay. Oh, nice.
And it sits on my desk with the photo right in it, and it sits right on my desk, and I stare at it every time we do the show.
Lucky you.
Yes. So that's part of it. But yes, I guess we will put the feelers out. There are some people who have disappeared. I did see Father Bob saying he would be coming to the holiday jam this year.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm looking forward to seeing Father Bob back. And I haven't seen guys like Jimmy in a long time. I haven't seen, of course, our good friend Joe Gansas in a little since the last poker game.
Ronnie
Morms. I did speak to Ron not too long ago. I gave him a quick buzz to see how he was doing. So
how's he doing? I haven't seen him, and we were supposed to. I had asked him to come and jam on some stuff, just me and him, just to have some fun. And then he said, "Yeah," and then he flaked.
Yeah, he's working very hard. He's seems like a one-man band with the dentistry company, his teeth making company. So it doesn't seem that much. He says he's not played at all with his regular bands. He just has not that time, but he is going to make time to make the Holiday Jam. I like the Holiday Jam, if possible, to be on a Friday night. I think it'd be best. But we will see. I'll throw the feelers out probably around October 1st. I'll start throwing out the feelers for.
It's just days away.
Yeah. Well, so somewhere around October 1st, I'll throw out the first. Hey guys, we want to get together. Last year, it took quite a few weeks to get the date picked out. We wound up with a Saturday afternoon, which I was not crazy about. We've done a Sunday afternoon in the past. I'd like to get it back to being in the evening. I think it kind of plays better, but we'll certainly see how it goes, Jeff. We got your lovely bash at your house, and then
I'm looking
Holiday
forward
Jam. So lots of stuff. Maybe doing some get-togethers this year. Hopefully everybody can make it. Hopefully everybody can make it Sunday when you, me, and John Marhefka get together and we do the Sunday Audible, where we break down every game on Sunday and Monday. So make sure you come on back right here to this radio network, and when we do that, and of course come back next Thursday night. I think we got some guests coming up. I've been getting some messages while we're on the air from some people who want to come on the show.
Cool.
So our good friends from Sweden. Pressure, they want to make another appearance. They've got themselves a new singer, so we may be able to get them on in line. But maybe next week we'll have the half man back in full Raider gear. We'll see. And in the meantime,
what we
Jeff,
need to do is just make the offer.
That's all we can do, Jeff. That's all.
No, make the offer.
The offer.
Nice to half man to come in. We need to bring back halftime with the half man.
Oh, that'd be the ultimate offer, but half man's been very unreliable for the last few years. It's not the same.
Crack will do that to you.
I will tell you one thing. I nearly passed out after when we were doing the playing for the last time. I sat back and I literally passed out for about 30 seconds. Didn't know where I was. That's how hard I laughed.
You know what's great when you play those things and you get him going. And then we've said this 1,000 times. And then all of a sudden you hit him with the butt pirate. And then all of a sudden he stops. Like, did I just hear that? Did I hear something? He's not sure. I try to play it just loud enough so we can hear it, but low enough where he has to go, did I hear something? I have to stop. Did somebody ask me a question? So, interesting time with the half man. Glad he's healthy. So, again, guys, it's going to be a nice holiday. It's a nice weekend. Is he healthy, though? That's the question. Is he healthy?
He said he's fine other than mental, so I'd have to say he's okay. So, but I'll start the thank yous. I want to thank my dad, Carmine, the Dr. Glorioso, for popping up tonight. Thanks to the half man. Thanks to everybody over at Chipster for getting Jack Frost on. And, of course, thanks to Jack for being a pretty cool guest. He seemed like a really good guy.
Yeah.
He walked in some of the same places that Jeff has, that's for sure, with Dingbats and Lemore's and all of that. So they definitely
went to Lemore's.
You know what, Jeff? I never went to Lemore's in all that time. Never spent a minute in Lemore's.
I went to Lemore's, several times. Of course, not as many as some other people, but I went to Lemore's plenty of times. And the first time I was there was to go see Overkill.
Okay.
And I was with a friend of mine, and we went right up in the front. We're right in front of Bobby Gustafson. And, Overkill was loud and heavy, and it was fucking around my birthday. So it was as hot as a motherfucker. And we're fucking dying. And then all of a sudden the mosh pit started and we're getting crushed up against the stage. And I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, why the fuck am I standing here? Of all places.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden my friends started to drift away because the surge of people and the momentum was actually carrying them away that I had to grab them.
He was like Wilson. He was like Wilson in Castaway. He was like Wilson in Castaway.
Something like that, yeah. It was only Mike and Lemore's instead of Wilson and Castaway. So he's like looking at me like, I'm like, come on, get over here. And I grabbed him. And we would go see Overkill all the time. And we'd be right in the front. And they would be so fucking loud that I could not even tell you if it sounded good or not because we were right fucking there.
Wow.
And we would leave there. And for 3 days, you would just hear this high piercing shrill in your head. And then all of a sudden one day it would stop and be like, I'm either deaf or the ringing stopped, but it sounds, thank God it sounds okay.
Either way
it's good for right now,
Exactly. Yes. So
you know, a lot of funny shit there. I could tell you a Joey story about Lemoore's, but I'm not going to do that online while we're on the show because it was actually kind of funny. And he was kind of mad, but it was great.
I'm sure you'll tell me off the air. Again, Giants 10-7, 30 seconds left in half. Washington is threatening to score again. Saquon Barkley's had a good first half. And Daniel Jones himself has actually had a good first half as well as the Washington football team. Third down, I think they called their last timeout with 20-something seconds left. So we'll see how it ends. But, guys, have a great weekend. Thanks to Jack Frost for popping up tonight. It was a lot of fun talking to Jack. And thanks for everybody who paid attention online. And, of course, thanks to my partner in crime, Mr. Jeff Tomlinski, for 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours of fun sports and music talk. We'll get to some more stuff next week. And, like I said, come on Sunday, 9 a.m., right here in the Hard Rocket Sports Nation. Jeff, love you. Have a great night. And I'll talk to you over the weekend.
I actually got to go to bed early in a few minutes. I got to go.
Me too.
I got to get up early, 4:30 tomorrow. Work all weekend.
Oh, boy. Well,
yeah. Well, my boss is going to be out. Tattoo appointment tomorrow.
Oh, you're getting another tat, huh?
Yeah. This is not good. I'm getting out of work. I'm going to work. Get up at 4:30. Go to work for 6.
Wow.
Work 6 to 11. Run to the bank. Take money out. Go to the other bank. Put money in there. Go home. Walk the dog. Probably drop the truck off. Walk to the tatty place. And then go get scraped on for like 3 hours. And then who knows after that. And then wake up at 4:30 on Saturday and Sunday morning again so I could go to work. And I'm just sitting there like, why am I doing this? But I'll end up with like 27 hours overtime for the week. So that's why I'm doing it. So
well, then when the paycheck shows up, it shall be worth it. And it was worth it tonight. I'm glad we had Jack Frost on. I had a lot of blessings. But guys, enjoy the Giant game. Enjoy your football this weekend. Lots of good college and pro games on. And make sure you check us out Sunday morning for our unique perspective on the game. So for Jeff, myself, and everybody here at Hard Rocket Sports, I say thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And come on back next Thursday night when we do it all over again. So for Jeff, Tom, and everybody at Hard Rocket Sports, enjoy your weekend. See you next Thursday night. See you, Hefe.
See you later, man. Have a good day.
You
good
too,
night. I'm tired, man.
Yeah, I hear you. Go get some rest. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Later. Bye.
Later.